you've ever shoved corn chips up your asshole because you like to live life on the wild side, you've come to the right podcast. Welcome, folks, to the Cream Spot. I'm one half of the I'm one half of the Brohio podcast. My name's the delicious Nicolicious.
Hello, everybody, and I am Rob Dog. Hey, how's everybody going? How's everybody's weekend? This is a holiday weekend.
Holiday. It can be the holiday. How was that?
It's Monday, baby. Fuck.
Now, we're not time travelers, but we've already recorded the episode.
Oh, we have, yes.
We're coming back to the beginning of the episode to record the beginning of the episode.
Ooh.
So what I need you guys to do is calm your fucking tits for a second. One thing I need to get off my chest.
Okay.
Anyone with puffy... No, I don't even need to cover it. I don't even need the disclaimer for this
We've been
episode.
There.
I would like to say, first off, thank you to our new Patreon subscribers.
Caught me off guard with that.
Also, if you would like to check out the official sponsor of the Brohio podcast, go to stickertheories.com. Use the promo code all caps Brohio. They got stickers of stickers. They got stickers. They got big dicks.
They got stickly stickers.
They got stickers of dicks.
Remember Stickly from Nickelodeon?
Oh, yeah. You got to go check out the Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
They have Salute Your Shorts, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Double Dare, Hey Dude, Hey Arnold. They got it fucking all on there.
I was thinking about doing that just because Salute Your Shorts and like Hey Dude and like all this shit because I haven't been able to find them anywhere.
They're all on there.
I bought like the box set, the season set of Pete and Pete back in the day. Yep. So I've had that covered, but yeah, man, shit. I need to get that Paramount Plus.
Yeah. First off, we have Dank Stick with the hard double C, not double D's like we like it on here, but we'll take a C. Thank you, Dank Stick, for your Patreon pledge.
And thank you very much to Case Coleman, who from your picture looks like you have a very, very strong, pretty chin and a deep V-cut shirt. Thank you.
I think it's Casey.
Casey. No, it's Case.
Is it?
No, it's Casey.
All right. Thank you, Casey.
Sure. Case or Casey. If it's Casey, I'm sorry that your parents spelled your name that way.
Yeah, sorry about your parents. Next up, we have Jenna Jameson. Jordan Jameson, love Junior movies. Thanks so much for the Patreon pledge.
Next, we got Stephen Roman Reigns. Thank you very much, Stephen Roman Reigns.
No one knows who Roman Reigns is. Like, WWE's biggest star right now is Roman Reigns, and everyone's like, who the fuck is that guy?
Right, exactly.
It's the Rock's cousin.
It's so telling of the time.
He's a handsome dude.
He is a super fucking good-looking guy.
He is a fuck machine, buddy. I'll tell you that right now. Last, we have Terry Painter. I'm going to paint the town red and paint his wife white.
Good old Kid Rock reference there from Nicolicious. We wouldn't expect nothing less.
I love fucking Kid Rock, dude. So some of you have been listening to the show recently. We've started a little well, first off, we're talking about addiction.
Yeah, let's get into what this episode's about first.
More importantly, opioid heroin addiction.
If you recall, we did an all call probably 2 weeks ago for anyone that has suffered from and overcame opioid addiction. The key words there was overcame.
Or come, if you like cum.
Or cum, yeah.
We love cum.
Overcome, yeah, exactly. And we got a lot of good responses to that.
We had over 100 people reach out with positive stories of recovery, of defeating addiction. You know, there's a lot of avenues out there for people to get clean, to get the help they need. But the consensus among everyone that we talk to, you have to rely on yourself. You have to make the decision yourself to say, wake up one day and just say, I'm going to fucking beat this come hell or high water. And it is impossible for me to tell you, hey, this is what it takes to beat it, because I've never had to deal with it. You fight your own demons. And for those of you that are saying, fucking drug addicts, let them fucking die. That should never be the way we think.
No, not at all.
Because just because Jeff broke his back and Jeff ran out of painkillers, so Jeff doesn't want to. And dude, I thought I slipped a disc in my back last week.
Yeah.
I was in so much fucking pain that I couldn't imagine living the rest of my life in just constant pain. I thought about it. I'm like, I wish there was something I could take the edge off. So I take some ibuprofen. It made it feel a little bit better. I started stretching my back out. I went and got my back adjusted, and it feels a lot better. But to think that there are people waking up every single day and 1,000 times more pain.
And, agonizing pain.
Than I was ever. I didn't break my fucking back. I didn't have to put fucking rods in my spine.
You farted wrong while you were sleeping.
I slept on my back wrong.
Man, once you get over 30, isn't that such a bitch?
Yeah, sucks a dick, dude.
That's one thing Dare never told you, is like how fucking shitty being an adult really is.
I ever tell you about the time I was too fat to get a coat from Dare?
Yes, you did.
All right, I was just making sure.
You won, but they didn't give you the jacket because you couldn't fit in it.
Dare fucked me. Jesus. So for you to tell someone, hey, this is what you got to do. It's not like that. You're fucking fat and you have bad credit. No, that drug addict didn't do anything to put you in that position.
That just hit me really fucking hard.
That drug addict didn't do anything to put you in that position.
No.
You didn't do anything to put them in their position, so don't tell them how to overcome their demons. Yeah. I think that we all should come together and help one another. That's what's most important. That's the biggest thing I want everyone to draw from this episode is help the people around you that need fucking help.
We're all human. We're all just trying to, live and do what we can and not fucking die. Just be nice to those around you.
Yeah, sometimes I just want to fucking die, though.
Unless there's some, crackhead doing some really cool stuff on the corners, and definitely take videos of that.
I personally like the crackhead woman that covers herself in peanut butter. Have you seen that one?
I'm sure I have.
Oh man, it's the peanut butter crackhead.
But still, the struggle is there.
Crackhead. Let's look that up real quick.
Oh, we make all these statements, and then we just completely just go back on everything that we just said.
You've never seen it
with one statement.
Shut up for a second. You never seen her before?
Yeah, I've seen her before.
Dude, that is a lot of fucking peanut butter.
And I will say this.
I'd lick her face, dude. That's Skippy. That's good shit.
She looks really happy.
Yeah, she does.
Stick it in the gutter.
I can't tell if she looks happy or she just looks like, man, I don't know how to get all this fucking peanut butter.
If she looks like a person covered in peanut butter.
That's what I would do if I stepped in dog shit.
Yeah, I will.
Swipe it on the curb.
Yeah. She's like, I might have overdone it a little bit.
She's got the chunky fishnets on.
Run
Like,
up and eat
God
some
bless
of that,
her.
dude.
Run up, grab her head.
I'll give you $100, dude.
Don't point at me.
Well, no, I'm trying not to.
Yeah, I definitely would have licked her face.
Yeah,
I don't even care.
Those leggings she's got on are sexy.
Luscious. Okay. Nonetheless, so another thing we solicited your help for is the Brohio Battlefield of Love.
Oh, yeah.
We give love advice. Hold on a second. I'm going to start the video.
Yeah, start that, and I'll go on and tell you guys. If you have... hang on. If you have...
herpes,
let us know. No, if you have any fun, exciting, or just general questions for us
about love,
the making of love, the giving of love, any type of love that you want to know about, make something up. We don't fucking care.
Or if if you don't know how to receive love, we'll answer that question too.
If you're a 9 and want to experience love from a 45-year-old person, please don't get in touch with us then. But
no. Send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, let us know all your questions, all your love-related questions, and we will answer them.
In the subject line, use love advice or Brohio Battlefield of Love. That would make me feel real good.
Think of it as Love Line, but neither of us are accredited doctors.
No, we are. We're dentists.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Anyways, on to the questions.
On to the first question.
I need a little advice from the pork belly and warm spam jelly masters.
Wait, which one am I?
I don't know. We're both.
Okay.
As of late, me and the wife are trying to spice things up in the bedroom. Ow, 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 ow. My wife suggested I try talking dirty to her while giving her the old dirty.
Okay.
So the other night, while thrusting in her belly button, oh God, you're doing it all wrong.
Yeah, you missed the spot.
I whispered ever so romantically, I want to use your tampon like a go-gurt.
Oh, wow.
I don't like this one, Rob Dog. I got some real fuck. He said, I want to use your tampon like a go-gurt. That's disgusting. Apparently, I crossed a line because I was left to finish in my own belly button. Well, good for you, being able to get it up that high. Please help. I feel she's being unreasonable. I mean, who doesn't love a good go-gurt?
That's true.
Thanks so much. Love the podcast. This is from Travis Wilmering.
I'll let you take the leads on this one.
Travis, a lot of things that women do like. Women like you doing the dishes. Women like you helping out with laundry. Women like it when you rub their feet. Women don't like talking about their period. They don't like talking about that time of the month.
It is embarrassing for women.
They don't like Go-Gurt because
it reminds them of their tampons.
Because they're terrorists. A piece of advice I can give to you, if it's what you need to get through for now, Travis, just get her tampons out of the trash can.
Hopefully she's not one of the ones that just flush them down the toilet, because then you can't. You gotta act quick.
She's gonna cost you a lot of money in the end too.
Yeah, if you flush them down the toilet, what I would advise is to put a thin layer of Saran wrap at the bottom of the toilet bowl, so that way it catches it when she flushes, and then you can keep it, and you can Kool-Aid it later. You can Go-Gurt it later.
Or in a less discriminatory fashion, they have these shiny silver buckets that hang off the wall in the women's bathroom. You can go open one of those things. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet.
It's a free-for-all.
You can fucking Go-Gurt till your fucking Go-Gurt falls off.
Go get your woman tea bags anywhere you want.
In the meantime, I applaud your wife
That's so gross. Think of them as tea bags.
Letting you know that you're a fucking retard. And God love her for loving you, my friend.
Oh, God.
You puffy-nippled fuckhead.
Teabag tampons. Next up. Hey, guys. Brandon here. Longtime butt chugger. I've come to the battlefield of love for some backdoor advice.
Okay.
When me and my lovely lady try to do butt stuff, she always tells me to stop. She's okay with my whole finger, which is no longer than my 4-inch slanger. But she can't get past the head. What should I do about my shortly, thickly, dickly, and her chocolate starfish? Love, Trip Nip.
With an eggplant emoji. Okay. I want you, Brendan, to put yourself in your lady friend's shoes for a moment. When you take a big old shit, does it hurt your butt? Sometimes you may look down there thinking that you just shit out an entire bowling ball, only to find out that it's a couple little rabbit nuggets.
Right. Think
about her butt for a second. Their buttholes aren't programmed to have things go into them. They're programmed to have things come out of them.
That's true. And especially if she doesn't actually like it to begin with. You might be barking up the wrong tree, my friend.
I know what I would do.
Okay, go ahead.
Get her a little drunk. Okay?
That's where I was going to go.
I need you to sneak in there and put a box of Kleenexes right by her pillow. And when she asks why are there Kleenexes by the pillow, say, you're going to fucking cry tonight. Okay? And if she says no, then she's probably not going to let you do it. If she says yes, then she's probably going to let you do it for a second. Either way, the vagina's better. Much better.
It's
soft, sensual, moist.
It
doesn't make shit. The vagina doesn't poop. Unless there might be some ladies of the show that have their pipes a bit messed up. If you shit out of your vagina, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your story, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. If you shit out of your vagina.
I've been a huge advocate for
the vagina.
The vagina feels better than the asshole for years. So
that's what I always used to tell my dad. I'm like, why are we even doing this right now?
The vagina's self-lubricating.
It doesn't even feel good.
It doesn't feel that great. No,
my mouth is dry. I can't spit any fucking goddamn more.
It's more the idea of, hey, this shouldn't really go in there. That's cool about it.
It's like looking at a car crash. You got to look at it.
Right. And I mean, look at it this way. If you're banging your girl from behind, you get to at least stare at her asshole. If your wiener is in it, you can't really see it. You're just seeing it going in and out, but you can stare right into that beautiful brown eye right when your wiener's in the pinky.
Unless she's a circus freak and she doesn't have a butthole.
Yeah. I feel like there's one or two classes. You're going to get the ones that don't like it, and you're going to get the ones that fucking love it.
Yeah, I can't speak from other side there. I wish you the best in your travels.
It's like White Castle. You fucking love it or you hate it.
I love it.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Next up from Mr. Meow, which I think Mr. Meow is actually one of the guys we interview later in the episode. Nothing gets me hotter than an otter pink sock pulsing and harder than a three-peckered billy goat than when I watch my cat drag her ass across the carpet.
Been there.
Now I can no longer fuck my cat. Due to multiple lacerations and questionable vet appointments, so I thought, why not try and spice up my marriage? So here's my question. How do I talk my wife into hiking her knees up, kicking her feet out to 10 and 2, and dragging that puckered up starfish across the shag? We're kind of... Carpet isn't a thing anymore, so get some hardwood floors for starters. But he says,
easier to clean for sure.
I would undoubtedly be able to give her the best 3 minutes we've ever had since our wedding night, but I just don't know how to tell her that I want her to rub her butthole.
Her rug burnt.
I don't want her to rug burn her butthole so I can bury my nose in her pooter and suck on her fudge factory like the first drink of a McDonald's shake. Please help. Thank you for any advice. Sincerely, Mr. Meow.
So, well, I don't even know what the question is.
Same advice. You're going to have to get her real drunk.
Yeah.
Show her videos of
or
cats
high.
dragging their asses on the carpet, and then, say, ha, 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 ha. Sure would be real funny if you tried something like that. If she's drunk enough, she might try it.
I've heard anal is better when you're high. Not that I've ever tried anal myself.
I've never done anal with a cat.
My butthole's still pristine and untouched by human hands.
Here's what I will tell you, Mr. Meow. You are fighting an uphill battle on shag carpet, my friend.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, last question for this.
This is from Boaz.
Boaz, yes.
Boaz. Let me get my sex talk voice here. How can I hide things, i.e. leftovers from the night before, or maybe a PS4 controller, or my phone charger so it's always available, in my wife's cooter without her finding out? And if she does find out, what can I do to get her to forgive me? P.S. Y'all are fucking hilarious. Please don't stop doing Battlefield of Love.
Mr. Boaz, my recommendation for you.
Get her very drunk. That's like the theme of this episode.
I want you to give her an email address. brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
To give her my personal.
The other thing I want you to focus on, okay? You can't charge a PS4 controller when it's in another woman's vagina.
It's very true.
Are we right about that?
Definitely.
Just one moment. Another thing I want you to realize is that that's your toy box.
Whatever toys you decide to store in your toy box is your concern.
If your kids put a Happy Meal in their toy box, would you be upset? I.e. leftovers? Yes, you would. It's not worth it, Mr. Boaz.
If she's your wife, she's legally considered your property. Do as you please with that property.
If you're eating Jolly Ranchers out of her vagina, that's a completely different story. That's a different question, all in its own stratosphere.
I don't stand by that comment I made. It was just for comedic effect.
No, he does. He has it tattooed on his neck.
Please don't tell my wife I said that.
Mr. Boaz, you, my friend, are also...
You're fighting an uphill battle, my friend.
In terms of science, I will attempt to put a PS4 controller in my wife's anus tonight.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. She's going to get really upset. She's going to strike me. But for research, I'm willing to partake in the travels.
Yeah. If you ever do figure out the answer to that, outside of the terrific advice we've given you, definitely let us know how that goes, or how that went, I should say.
Yeah. So if you want to be featured in the Brohio Battlefield of Love, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. The closed group is back open. Quit writing us and asking us where the fucking closed group is. Go to the group and go to the page notes for this episode. There's going to be a link. It's going to say Facebook closed group, Brohio Butt Chuggers Anonymous.
Or how about you just listen to the most fucking recent episodes? We've talked about it for the past month.
Yeah. Use the password Bill Wilkins. You'll get in. You'll see what's 400,000 horny, lonely dudes and about 2 females. So you'll see all the fun that there is.
Yeah, there's like 3 miles of puffy nipples in there.
All right, guys, here we are. The first episode, the first interviews with Pork Chop. We're talking about addiction and how to overcome it and all that good stuff. So
good times.
See you guys. All right, everyone. We have our first interview of the evening.
Yes, we do.
We're here with our friend Pork Chop. He said he said use my real name. Don't use my real name.
We ran through a bunch of them, and we settled on Pork Chop.
We gave him options.
Yeah.
But Pork Chop, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
And the premise of this episode, we're talking about people that have overcome, gone through addiction.
Oh, yeah.
And Pork Chop said he's an open book. He's got a story to tell. And one thing I wanted to make abundantly clear before we go any further, the part of the vetting process for this, I did not want to bring someone on the show that was still actively battling demons.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I know every day you're battling a demon. And I think that's kind of one of the things that goes with addiction. But the part of overcoming those demons is, exactly that. It's just fighting them,
not succumbing to them,
and beating them every day. And Pork Chop, it sounds like you're doing a pretty good job of doing that, man.
Yeah, man. As time goes on, it always gets easier, so.
That's good to hear. Well, how old are you now?
I am 44.
I have to think about it all the time, too. People are like, how old are you?
Yeah.
Rode hard and put up wet. Well, you don't look a day older
sir.
than that. You look good for your age, man. Real nice.
I appreciate it.
Good fucking jawline on you. Probably got you a good sized cock.
No. I rely on my performance efforts.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to guys like me, you can't really lean on either one of them. So.
I will die on that same boat, my friend.
Yeah, there's not a thing on my wife's body I won't suck on. Let's put it that way.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to put in the work.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, Pork Chop, take us back to the very beginning, buddy. Kind of like whenever your first, I guess, experimentation started with drugs in general. Did you start off as as an alcoholic, or how did this kind of start out?
No, I actually had an aunt that babysat me, man, and she would always smoke. And I was in 5th grade, and I asked her, Aunt Vicky, what is that you smoke every day? And she, of course, don't tell your mom. So that kind of started. I'd occasionally smoke and stuff through high school. And then I got into a motorcycle accident. I got hit by a drunk driver on a motorcycle.
Oh, man.
And the doctor, of course, prescribed me a shit pot full of Percocets and Oxycontin.
How old were you when you got in that motorcycle accident?
It was in 2009. So I had partied and done pills a little bit here and there before then, but I was never fully addicted. Yeah. So that was 2009. I got hit in that accident. I got a $60,000 settlement, and that basically got blown 100% on drugs. And then the course of that.
How quickly did you get through that money?
Well, I went out and bought a motorcycle and a truck. And
like a day?
within 6 months, I was going to CarMax to sell the truck.
Oh, man.
And then, so the one, the true measurable one was when I sold the truck, I sold it for $15,000. My ATM limit was $500 a day. I went through that money in 30 days.
God, so you were hitting that ATM machine every single day?
Every day as soon as I woke up, man. Wow. I was going to max out and going to buying dope for the day. For me and my girl, the one I'm married to now, actually, we was full-blown addicts together and got clean, separate, and got back together and got married.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. That's tremendous. So you got in this motorcycle accident, and the doctor, and that's kind of like it's not as common now as it was, but they just take painkillers.
Over prescription?
They just throw them at you.
Yeah.
Kind of hoping.
Yeah, man.
And it got to the point where they stopped prescribing them to you, or how did that come to an end?
Well, you start doctor shopping. You get them there after so long, they'll stop prescribing them. So I started doctor shopping, and I was still maintaining a job and stuff then. So, but I remember sitting in a doctor's office, and she said, "I am not giving you anything else. You're pill seeking," and that was the first time that I really, it was like, fuck, now it's either emergency rooms or straight hustling off the street trying to get them.
So you were, what pill were you addicted to?
Oxycodone more than anything. Oxycodone and hydrocodone hit your system different. So different people will get a different effect off of which one. So, but oxycodone was always my drug of choice. That's Percocet.
That's what I thought.
Would you you swallow those or snort them, or how would you take them?
Everything, including shoving them up my ass neck. Any way I can get them in, man. It gets to that point. I actually did plug pills before.
Do you have any pictures of you shoving those pills up your ass? Do you want to show us right now, or
you have to give me a week or so? I think I might be able to dig and at least find a knuckle shot.
Oh man! So I guess you said you're always kind of a partier, and when you were in fifth grade, you were smoking weed, that's fucking killer. But weed's good shit, man. Weed's good shit. You said, but through your adolescence, through middle school and high school, was it just mostly smoking pot and drinking booze, or what was the?
The occasional party scene throughout like middle school and high school. In high school I started smoking more, but as Mad Dog 2020 through middle school and just. Shit like that, man. Yeah. It wasn't too crazy through middle school. I really didn't smoke a whole lot. I tried it when I was really young, and then I didn't pick it up again until about my sophomore year of high school.
How many, I guess at your peak, how many pills a day were you taking?
That's such a hard thing. 13 perk 30s. 13 to 20 between me and my old lady. We was going through perk 30s a day. But like me personally, I could eat up to, I don't even know, man. 20 pills a day. It just depends on what it is and what strength it is.
Man, I just want to, I'm going to remind you throughout this. I'm fucking proud of you for overcoming this and beating it, man. I know being in pain is one thing, but to be in pain and then find yourself in that dark spot, it's a lot to overcome. So I just want to commend you for overcoming your addiction and being a functional human being like you are right now, buddy.
I appreciate it, dude. It wasn't easy, man. It was not easy, but yeah.
I hate people that say it is. You just, why don't you quit? Why don't you stop?
Yeah.
And it's not, you can't fucking understand it until you walk in that person's shoes.
So that's kind of what I'm curious about is like when you were along the lines of, you're at the point of where, were you already too far gone once you got to the state of where in between where you needed them to fit, like for your pain, as to where you're physically addicted to them? Like, did you have a realization, like, you know what, it's not about the pain anymore. I just got to have them.
That's just kind of, the frog in a boiling pot type thing.
Yeah.
If it slowly increases over time, you don't notice it. So what you do notice though, is you start waking up in the mornings and you cannot function without them. That's when the physical part comes into it. And that's the worst thing about opiates. I've done almost every drug. So other drugs mess with you in other ways.
Yeah.
Heroin and opiates is the only one that makes your body just completely fucking crumble and shake when you're getting off of them.
Did you...
So you just become completely self-reliant on them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's every day. You can't. And what's weird about them, man, I guess it's the same drug. That was just my drug of choice of what I really got deep into.
Yeah.
But it's all you think about, man. And that's why I tell people who are dealing with someone in the family who's an addict, that's not them. It sucks to think about, and you got to let them hit rock bottom. But that's not the person that you love, that you grew up with. That's not the same person. They're overtaken. I always could describe it as like a monster in a cage. When you finally put the monster in the cage, for the first week, obviously, he's banging the cage and screaming. But as time goes on, he gets a little quieter and a little quieter. That monster in the cage never goes away.
Yeah. So,
and right where the key's at. You can go get the key anytime you want to and let it out.
Now, you mentioned rock bottom. Now, what was that like for you?
For me,
yeah.
I had already started doing jail time, like county jail time. That's all I hear you guys tell these jail stories, man. It's kind of funny because I've seen it from the other side.
Yeah.
But so I heard there was a case building against me in the town I was doing most of my drugs in. So I'm not the kind of person to ever victimize people, but I had to support a habit. At the end, I was shooting up heroin, homeless. So I had to support it. Well, I used to be a manager for Walmart years ago. So I just started fucking clocking Walmart as hard as I could for.
Well, you deserve a fucking badge of honor for that.
Tools. I'd always tell you, and Walmart's giving away scooters again today.
I fucking hate Walmart, dude.
I call him the fucking blue monster.
Yeah, well, I guess whenever.
So yes, sorry, I guess I said the rock bottom thing. So I heard there was a case built against me. I would go to Walmart, I would steal these things, I would take them to a pawn shop. I got to be cool with one of the guys at the pawn shop, and he called me one day and said, "Do not come back in here. Forget my name. You know, you don't know me." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I called him later on, like after he was off work, and he said, "Dude," he said, "there's a detective in there. He's building a case for you." And he held the door for me a couple of days before that when I left from selling stuff.
Oh shit!
And he described who he was, and that scared the shit out of me. So I left, went back to my hometown, and that's when I got clean. But I had another case pending where I had time hanging over my head. So they ended up getting me on a future indictment on that. And in the meantime of me running back to my hometown, I found out that I was facing like 3 to 5 years. So that immediately my butthole pucker, bro.
That'll do it.
Changed everything.
Yeah, that's definitely something to get you to stop right there.
Oh, all right, we had invaders. They brought Rob cupcakes.
Cupcakes, yeah. And then asked me about my kid's birthday party.
They know the way to his heart.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
I think they're trying to shake you down and check your wallet. Now, whenever when we cut away here, you're kind of talking about rock bottom, and you said that they started building a case. Did you actually ever see time in a state facility, or was it all county jail?
Nope, all county jail. When I finally went to court on that future indictment, I got really lucky. The judge was he had just moved over from civil, so he was trying to be firm and consistent, I guess, right away. So he told me, "I'm giving you 2 years probation. You fuck up one time, and I'll throw everything out. You'll catch your original case." Because they took an F4 and dropped it to an F5.
Okay. And
I had already had an F5 that was dropped to an M1. So I knew that, being a repeat offender in Ohio, man, they don't fuck with you. A lot of times they'll try and shock you out, then give you 18 months, and no, couldn't do it, man.
What was the catalyst for you to kind of switch from pills to furthering at the heroin, or what was the progression from the oxycodones and the Percocets? What was the progression after that?
I was doing Dilaudid, and I was withdrawing off the Dilaudid. And a kid I was growing weed, and I was selling him weed, and he sold the Dilaudid. I called him. He didn't have any more, and he said, "All I got is this brown." So I was like, "Well, what is it?" Well, he said, "It's coming out of my house." So I went down there, and he had brown powder. He was turning black tar heroin into brown powder. Jesus. And I snorted a small line of that and went back to the house, cleaned my house, did my laundry, finished up my grow room, cleaned up all that shit. I mean, it gave me energy. And that was like the first time I had felt like that in a long time. So from that point on, it was a wrap. God, and you always end up graduating to needles. Always.
Yeah.
How soon did it take you to start using the needle instead of, I guess, snorting it or other means?
When my old lady went to jail, hanging out with the guy that did it, I would say a year or two in, a year or two into it, because I smoked it for a long time.
Yeah.
I was always worried about overdosing.
How do you smoke heroin?
Yeah, see, I didn't even know you could use it any way besides intravenously. Like I didn't know you could snort it or smoke it.
No. That's why I said, man, you can stick it up your butt. I knew people that just took chunks of it and crammed it up their nose. You could dilute it in water and snort the water. You could smoke it. You could take it and put it on foil and just with a pen and smoke it. You know how I learned to smoke pills? Like what first started my smoking thing with opiates was MTV True Life. I smoke 30s or I smoke.
Yeah,
wow, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, for real, dude.
Yeah.
When I seen that, I was like, no shit.
I got something to do today.
Light went off. Yep.
Your activity book just started filling up.
Yeah. Yeah, my schedule got busy for the next 8 to 10 years.
Well, again, man, rock the fuck on with your sobriety and good job just doing what you do, buddy. I'm like I said, I'm proud of you, and God,
appreciate it, man. I love you guys, man. You guys are the one podcast every fucking week. And I've been trying it. My one buddy finally started listening because I need somebody to talk to about it. But every week, man, I love you guys. I have been bent over crying, tears rolling down my face, laughing so fucking hard at work, man. I love it.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you, man.
I'm glad we can be an escape from this fucking shitty ass world that we live in.
Dude, don't even get me started.
Well, man, let's change the I guess shift gears for a second. I know we had so many people, and I'm gonna say we probably had at least 100 people write us and say,
"No shit,
I have a story to tell," and it was so hard weeding through all these, But for every 100 people that have beat it, there's probably 1,000 people still fighting that addiction.
Yeah.
So, what's your advice for someone out there that's still going through it right this second, man?
And you got to make the decision yourself. Once you get sick of the rat race, and every person out there that might be listening that is enthralled in addiction right now, you wake up in the mornings and you're so sick of the rat race. And once you make that decision, you just have to find help. And it sucks, man. People don't trust you. They hold you to a higher standard than they would if you was just Joe Blow coming off the street. And you got to shake that, man. I worked a shit job for almost 3 years, man, 6-7 days a week. It sucks, man. Yeah. And I was going to counseling and they were assholes and making me piss in a cup. Suboxone is what I use to get clean, man.
Okay.
So don't be scared to use it. Use whatever tools you need, but you definitely need to get into some kind of therapy and discuss and figure out what them triggers are. And, you learn more about the disease and yourself, and how to kind of help yourself get through it.
Right. And just a caveat off of that, if you have someone in your life that is addicted or going through addiction, battling that, like Pork Chop said, that's not really the person that you love. That's someone's going through something that you can't wrap your head around.
Yeah, they're basing a lot of their actions on the addiction.
Don't fucking open up your wallet and say, here you go. Just take
the
what
worst
you need.
thing you can do.
But show them, tell them that you love them. Show them that you love them. For what little slivers of themselves they expose every day, grab onto that and just, tell them that. And
reassure them that they have a safety net. I love you. I'm not going to continue to help you in this addiction, but if you make the decision to get clean, I will be here for you. I will give you a place to live. I will give you a shower. I will help you get back and forth to meetings. I will support you. That's what people need. And unfortunately, in today's world, man, that's what so many people are missing. And it sucks. It hurts my heart when I see people struggling, but I will never help someone in that position until they start to help themselves.
That's right. And that's the biggest thing is no one can do it for you. You got to do it yourself. And
I think that's a lot of the things I've heard a lot of people say is that you can't do it for other people. You have to want to change for yourself. Like you have to hit that realization, like, you know what, I need help. I need to not. That's why a lot of people that go to like AA or any other type of, counseling where they go for other people, they're not going for themselves. So they see what's the point in this.
No, and that didn't help me. I did not like NA. That triggered me, man. It made me want to go use again. Wow. So I found and solace in one-on-one counseling and group counseling, and just shutting the fuck up, sitting back and listening, and really trying. And then in the evenings, spend some mirror time, man. Don't be scared to tell that motherfucker in the mirror that this is what they're doing wrong and this is what you need to change. And be willing to work on yourself. Yeah,
it's about accountability.
Mm-hmm.
I've never gone through alcoholism or addiction or anything like that. But I've been dealing with weight problems since I got in my 20s.
Food addiction's a thing, man.
And I've experienced some success over the past month or so, and it's the first time in my life that I just looked at myself and said, "You are literally the only thing that no diet, no plan. There's nothing that's going to do this for you besides yourself. You have to fucking do it yourself.
Yep.
And you have to look yourself in the mirror, just like Pork Chop said, and you got to fucking be the one that tells yourself that enough is enough, and you got to change yourself, man, because it's sad. And a lot of people, especially in, I guess, in relation to addiction, you're wasting your entire life on the addiction, and you're missing out on the beautiful things in life. And you said you have kids?
I have one daughter, man, and 2 grandkids.
Wow,
but,
2 grandkids.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. I've been a grandpa for a couple years at 42, but I haven't met them. You know, that's one of the downfalls is you hurt people through that, you know, and I hurt my daughter through that. And that's what, when I'm working by myself, when I'm driving them long drives, that's what is the worst part of it, man, is the regret. You know, if you go back and change things, I was just being a selfish prick that wanted to get high and chase my dick. Well, and there's a victim to that.
Well, man, in terms of that, you know, it's hard to some people are willing to forgive, and some people just don't ever let go of things that happen. And I'm one of those people that just say, you know what, we're living right now. We're not living in 2010. We're not living in 1990. Yep. Right now, 2021. How is our relationship right now? And I'm always willing to forgive someone, no matter what it is. And I think people should use that advice just because people just want to be loved, and people want to love.
And people change, man. Nobody,
exactly.
If you're the same person, you're an asshole. If you're the same person you was 5 years ago, you're an asshole because you're not trying to learn and grow as a person.
Yeah.
So people change, and now hopefully she's young, and hopefully that changes someday. But we'll find out.
I'll tell you what, man. You've had a fucking incredible journey up until this point, and all that relationship is just going to be part of that journey. And just like you've conquered everything else, I have faith that you're going to be able to, achieve your goals beyond this point as well. I have complete faith in you.
I appreciate it
with everything that you've overcome up until this point. So I
appreciate it, man.
I know you're killing it, and you're going to keep on killing it, buddy. And the most thankful thing I'm feeling right now is that you've shared what it takes to kind of overcome it, and shared because you've been there. It's easy to take advice from someone that's never done it and just toss it out the window, but someone that's been there, done it, lived it, almost died from it,
beat those demons.
Oh, I did die from it twice. One time overdose, and the only thing that my wife come out of the shower, she's my girlfriend then, and started freaking out, slapping the shit out of me, jumping on the bed. I was blue. She grabbed a cup of water and was praying and threw it on me, man. And I woke up and I'm like, "What are you doing throwing water at me?" She's like, "You were fucking blue."
Jesus.
And I did too much in the morning one morning, and she went to go jump in the shower. Man, I just fell out.
The way you worded that at first, you said she grabbed a cup of water and started praying. I'm like, this bitch is just praying over a cup of water, and she's leaving me lay there.
Yeah, having a sip. What am I going to do now?
I'm having a drink of this cold water.
I'm parched.
Oh, damn, man. So was that the worst of the occasions? You said there was another time that you kind of.
Yeah, when I first started hanging out with that buddy of mine, man, one of the first probably 5 times. Yeah, but man, it's a disease. I mean, I get it. He's doing better in life now too.
Awesome,
I see him on Facebook and shit.
I was getting ready to ask that.
Yeah, and but I tell you, I've lost 2 people that were really close to me, man, and it sucks. It's hard, and they're young, and it's taking people every day. There's people out there that are losing people daily. It's a horrible, man. I really feel like. It's a conspiracy to a point. I can get into all that, and I got 1,000 more stories of stuff. Working with Mexicans and working with another guy in Columbus, and I got in pretty tight with drug dealers and stuff. But I've seen all aspects of it, man. I think that the government has a part in bringing it in from Afghanistan.
I've heard that before.
There's definitely no. I mean, there's definitely roots there. That's for sure. I know with the whole what was it? It was they've almost proved that they would bring drugs into inner city areas.
Mm-hmm.
From other countries to
they've tested the fucking seed the seed that's derived from the you might be able to answer.
Poppy.
The poppy.
Yeah,
poppy seed. Yeah.
Crack cocaine, I think that was the 80s when all that was going on. Yeah, there was proof that they've pretty much conspired that to.
Not our government.
No, definitely not.
Never them.
Yeah,
no.
that's.
But it's just you got everything stacked against you. It's just
Right.
It's not easy. It's an uphill battle, but it can be done, man. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Absolutely.
I'm not very smart, and I'm fat.
Well, I mean, I'll definitely say. I mean, we said it several times, but we're proud of you. That's a huge accomplishment.
I appreciate it, man. And my email's out there, people. I have no problem sharing that if you guys want to do. But I understand the struggle. I understand the struggle.
Yeah, if you're saying okay, I can put your email in the show notes if people want to reach out to you to talk or anything.
Yeah. More than welcome to, man.
Okay,
More than welcome to.
That's awesome of you.
Well, let's. I don't have it right now.
Yeah, we'll get that. And we'll put it in.
Put it in the show notes. So if you guys want to talk to Pork Chop, maybe he'll even tell you his real name. His birth name is Pork Chop, but he has another name he goes by.
So if anybody's struggling and wanting advice and not necessarily just from people who have never used before, but
this motherfucker ain't gonna cash app you some money either. So don't think it's gonna be.
No, I'm not going to tell you the best spots anywhere to go grab anything either.
If you're wanting real advice on how to help yourself, then definitely get a hold of him.
Yeah. Well, Pork Chop, man, it looks like you've taken about a 12-mile fucking hike while you talk to us. You're about to have a moderate heat stroke.
It's 110 and
holy shit! You're wearing two shirts too.
I always do. I got to wear an undershirt, man. It soaks up the fucking sweat.
Yeah, man. Right.
That's good. It doesn't work for me. My tits sweat.
No. Hey, I got the puffy nipple disease. You guys hurt my feelings every week, man.
Hey, man, you're 100% on board with the.
You can be the exception.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, again, man, keep up the good work. Keep,
thank you, guys.
doing what you're doing.
Fight that good fight.
You're a motherfucking ain't nothing but a G-tang, baby. Doing the motherfucking thing. So tell your wife
love
congratulations
you guys. Keep
as
it
well.
Up, yes.
Thank you.
We
Thank
love
you,
buddy.
Thank you.
Enjoy
love
the rest
you too,
of your,
guys.
Enjoy the rest of your vacation, brother.
Will do. Have a good one, fellas.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
That was Pork Chop.
Pork Chop.
He was the first interview for our addiction episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, the next gentleman, I'm not going to use his name yet, but he's been fucking for the infinite travels of Pork Chop. The next guy, he's done hard time. He just got out.
Really?
He just got out.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool.
He just got out of a long stint in prison.
Okay.
So he's got a lot of stories. Super fun dude.
Awesome.
Super cool. So I haven't talked to the other guy very much, a little bit, but Pork Chop, I think, is far enough removed that we don't have to worry about him doing whatever.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about a relapse, I should say.
Good for him. Yeah, he said he was clean since, when was it, 2013?
Something, yeah, but he's doing good.
Yeah, that's 8 years.
As for the next guy, I don't know if we got to worry about relapse, but he's still got the
involvement in the
he still goes
in the community.
Still goes the yard wreck every day. I think and I could be wrong. It could have been longer than I'm thinking, but I think he just got out. But I can already tell he's got a lot of fucking cool stories.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a tremendous interview.
Awesome.
So we'll hop into that interview with him right now, and we're welcome everyone to the second half of the show.
Oh yeah.
We're here with Jake. We haven't. What are you drinking? Is that grape drink or what are you drinking, Jake?
That is cranberry juice and vodka.
All right, yeah. So we're getting you a little loosened up for the show.
True classic.
Yeah.
My mom put me onto that.
The first thing he asked when he got on the call with us, he said, "Hey Nick, is that a fucking do-rag?" I said, "No, bud, that's a Ford Bronco hat. I got it turned around." So we got that.
You had to straighten it out, put it back right.
We got that all straightened out. God damn.
I said he was working on his wave game.
He's got a lot of fun stories to tell.
I'm excited.
Well, first off, Jake, thanks so much for coming on the show, buddy. I told the last guy we probably had over 100 people reach out to us to say, "Hey, I had an addiction, I beat it, and I want to tell my story." We had fucking motivational speakers that have never listened to this show write us and say, "Hey, this is my people." The one guy, he had a whole entire film series, like a docu-series that was wrote on him, and then one of the first guys that reached out, an avid listener, he in adolescence, he was on MSNBC or something as a kid, and they did a little news story on him. So some of these people had some fucking
wow,
some serious shit. But you know what, Jake, you're the one, buddy. I said, he's got, we're going to be able to connect a little bit in the prison aspect, not to spoil any of this. But your journey has taken you in some dark places from the very beginning. You were kind of a fucking juvenile delinquent.
Fuck up.
You were a juvenile delinquent from the very beginning. And like I said, if there's anything off limits, just tell me. We won't go there. We'll stop. This is all recorded. This is not live.
Yeah, we can cut out whatever.
If you decide that you need to stop for a quick wank session, just leave the camera on, but you can do it. Just hop back on whenever you're ready to start.
Nice.
Talking. So, Jake, take me back to the very beginning. I'm going to ask some of the same questions I asked the other guy. What was your first intermingling with substances? I guess, did you start drinking first? Was it cigarettes? Was it
weed?
What was your first thing of that kind of got you into going in that direction?
It was weed.
Oh,
good old weed.
Now, I remember the first time that there was a mutual friend of Rob and I, and he kind of, out of our group of friends, he was the guy that everyone smoked with for the very first time. And it was finally the circle had reached me. It was my turn to go to his house and stay the night, and I was going to get to smoke or inject marijuana. I'm not sure how he did it.
Were you terrified?
I was fucking terrified, dude. I think I was in 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah.
Before we were going to do it, I started having just these fucking nightmares that the football coach was going to test me for pot, that I was going to go to football the next day in 8th grade, and he's going to be like, testing you for fucking pot, and he wouldn't let me play. I was scared out of my mind.
It's funny because I know exactly who you're talking about, but
yeah.
Funny thing is my first experience was not with him.
Oh, okay.
And we were like inseparable, which is what's kind of funny.
Yeah. And right before bed, he said, okay, we got to wait until my parents fall asleep, and then we'll go down the street and we'll smoke some shit. I'm like, well, let me see it before we smoke it. And he's like, well, I really don't have like any on me right now. We were gonna scrape the inside of the bowl and we were gonna smoke that. I'm like,
Jesus Christ,
I didn't sign up for this bitch ass shit. Like
that's struggle bus weed.
Even at that age, never smoking pot, I knew I was not scraping bowl residue and getting fucking smoked.
We only smoked that pre-burnt shit.
That was and I fell asleep and I never got around to smoking.
I was gonna say, you thought I never woke up.
Dude, honestly, like my first time trying it, I was probably 28, 29 years old.
Yeah.
And it was
I'll be and I'll say with mine, I think I've talked about mine before. It was when I used to walk to school in middle school and we smoked out of a pop can, a soda can. And that's the day. You know how long it was before I actually saw a bowl? Like, it was forever. But yeah, man, I don't think I ever really got high smoking because I never knew how.
Well, I did that
until I was an adult.
Yeah. Now I know what I'm doing. So, Jake, how old were you whenever you first started kind of smoking and injecting marijuanas and stuff?
First time I ever shot up weed was probably 14.
Okay.
Now, were you smoking out of a pop can, getting chemical burns on your lungs and shit like Rob Dog, or?
Oh yeah, I smoked out of plenty pop cans in my life.
Yeah, man.
How old are you? How old are you now?
I'm 34.
34, man.
He's the same age as us.
He doesn't look at it. You look like you're about 20.
Yeah, you look younger than us.
Fuck, man. Black
Prison preserves.
Full of preservatives. All that fucking those.
Yeah, he must not have been scraping his weed off the side of a bong to smoke it.
No.
So, did you get mixed up with some wrong dudes in school, or were you the one that was kind of the ringleader? How did
he was the wrong dude?
So, you guys were talking about your buddy. That's basically who I was.
Yeah, so I told you.
He fucking look like him too.
He has that nefarious look to him. I can tell.
So you're the
that's
one.
Awesome.
Yeah. Were you buying it and selling it in school, or?
So how I first got started, my cousin. So like our family, we used to go camping every year, and me and my cousin, we stole his dad's weed.
Oh shit! Okay.
And so that's how we got started.
It's always an older sibling. Cause the guy who we always used to get it from was from his older brother. It's always the older family member every time.
Yeah. Every time.
Yep. Fucking bastards.
But so he lives out in North Bend, and I lived in Puyallup, Tacoma area then. And so some girl hooked me up with her boyfriend. And when I was in high school,
or like you guys just like started.
Yeah, I fucked him.
Cool, man. Awesome. You're perfect for this show.
You see why I like you guys so much. You guys definitely got prison humor down to a T.
Yeah, we're really good at it.
Yeah, we've had experience on the other side of the bars, but
that's what I heard. That's pretty cool. But yeah, no. So like after a while,
she hooked you up with him as a supplier, or how did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and after a while, I was 14. Mom's not going to give me money forever.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately,
that's what I'm thinking about at 14. Like, man, fuck, this gravy train's gonna run the fuck out sooner or later. I gotta entrepreneur some shit.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah.
So I called him up, told him I needed a quarter. He drove up, he handed it to me, and then stuck his hand out for the cash. And I just told him to kick rocks. I was like, "You can get jumped, or you can give me the shit."
Jesus Christ! At 14,
you don't even have hair in your dick yet. You just robbed a drug dealer.
That is such a big dick move.
Get the fuck out of here!
I think I just would have like spread my butt at that age and like, please, I just need it so bad.
14.
Yeah, that's a big dick.
I mean, honestly, he probably just laughed at me like, "What's this little fat kid doing trying to rob me?"
Oh, okay, you're a fat kid too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, we turned out all right, bro. It's okay.
You're either gonna get jumped or you're just gonna give us. It's like a pack of 14-year-olds.
Were you on your bike when you committed this robbery?
No, my dumb ass. I did it right up front of my mom's house.
Oh my god.
That motherfucker is going to come in and shoot your ass.
Who was that nice gentleman out front?
I don't know, but I got his shit.
Stole his weed.
I got his shit, Mom.
Yeah. Oh man, so that's
hilarious.
So then you took that to school and you flipped it into however much money that made you.
Well, I mean, like I started flipping it and I was making little gains here and there, but my neighbor who I was buddies with, all his friends, like all his kids, like we were all around the same age, and he kind of seen like what I was doing and how much I was making. So he bought me my first pound.
Wow.
And then
an investor.
You're the plug.
Yeah. He had the connect and the money, and I knew how to sell it.
Hell yeah. That's a business partnership made for each other.
Was it still around like 14, 15 years old?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then soon after, like I went to throw a triple kegger, and we had this little like separate house or whatever that our landlord had that had an apartment above it. And the guy that was renting it, I asked his permission to throw the kegger, and because I didn't want him to call the cops,
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
You like,
anyway,
listen, bro, I'm dealing
dude
fucking
is into
pot out of
meth
this
and
place.
coke, and I had no idea. Huh?
You're like, listen, buddy, I'm dealing fucking hardcore pot out of this fucking place. I'm gonna need some respect on this kegger tonight.
Need it.
You want to get jumped?
I want to get jumped by pack of 14.
You're either going to say yes or you're getting jumped.
Okay, go on.
You guys have your scooters and shit?
Yeah. Scooters and rollerblades.
Yeah.
So, back to the kegger.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so that dude, he introduced me to coke and meth and ecstasy. Yeah. It took a hard left after that.
Yeah,
at that same age?
I was probably 15
when you were
16-ish.
Gosh. You were using meth and snorting coke at 15.
I mean, back then I really didn't like meth too much. It was the coke and ecstasy for me.
Yeah.
But there was money to be made in meth, so I sold it.
I'm 34 and I still don't think I've ever seen meth.
No, I've seen it.
I don't think I have. Yeah. And we live in Dayton, which is surprising.
I want to use ecstasy and have sex with my wife.
I would like to do that as well.
No,
not your wife, but my wife. Let me clarify.
Explain that.
It's good.
Let's just take a little side conversation real quick, Jake. What's it like to have sex on ecstasy?
Fuck. It's amazing.
Sold.
Well, and I'm going to say this a few times. I don't want to put you in a position where you feel like you need to go utilize any of these things. We're both
you're good.
We're both proud of your progress, and we're proud that you're here with us, man. We're happy to have you on the show. I don't want to.
Yeah, we're not trying to glorify
any
usage or anything like that. But
yeah. No, I I understand.
But
no,
no
we're
one's ever
good.
fucking overdosed on ecstasy, I don't think. And maybe, but few and far between.
Dude, I thought I did one time. So this is, you want me to tell the story?
Yeah,
yeah,
man,
go for it, man.
Okay. So I was probably like 16, 17. And this was back when the Blue Dolphins were like good. Like this is early 2000s. And I skipped school like normal, of course. And I decided to take 10 of them at once. And
I don't know anything about Blue Dolphins, but that seems really excessive.
Your dick was feeling real good.
10?
It was 10. So my mom had this, like, at the time, this big purple fluffy chair. Dude, I sat in that chair all day long, listening to the same 3 rap albums all day. I didn't get up for water. I didn't get up to pee. I sat in that chair.
Man, I won't even eat like 10 Skittles at once, let alone fucking Blue Dolphins.
I don't even know what a blue dolphin is, but I want to have one on my butt.
That sounds fun. Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. Now, did you start to? Now you kind of dabbled in the coke and the meth. Did you start to deal it at that point, or were you just kind of using it here and there?
Oh, 100%.
You were dealing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably that's probably when you started to see real money, I would assume.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time money.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the time I was so young, and the dude who was getting it for me, like I was basically working for him at that time. So I really wasn't seeing the money. Like I saw good money compared to what I was making selling weed, but he made most of the money.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well,
Gotcha.
That's
So you're pretty much a runner.
It was a good
for
job
him.
on his part.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely good move on his.
Well, I mean, the thing about getting someone that young to work for you, I mean, you're pretty much you're securing your spot as to have clients for a while,
right?
If they're using for that, that young, they're going to grow up and they're still going to go to you because that's who they're used to getting it from, and that's going to keep him getting money. Smart. I mean, businessman right there.
Now, at that point, you're 15, 16 years old, and you're doing this, and I know that probably wasn't the extent of your criminal activity. Were you partaking in anything else besides the dealing? Were you stealing and robbing? What else?
Oh, yeah. So back then, like when I was, excuse me, when I was like 16, 17, like I started hanging out with, they're called NGCs, Native Gangster Crips, out in Tacoma.
Okay.
Like I wasn't ever a Crip. But I just hung around them. So like I really got into like robbing people, learning how to steal cars, things like that.
Oh, okay. What's the easiest car to steal?
Honda Civic.
How did I know?
That's the only car I've ever owned that's been stolen.
I feel like it was going to be that or a Cavalier. Like,
I mean, anything really that's like 90s, like Honda, Acura, all those kinds, you can jiggle them quick, fast, and hurry, you're gone.
Yeah, shit, man.
There's some good Honda Civics out there, too. That's the thing.
Well, my first car was a 91 Honda Civic.
Dude, those are sleepers, man. Those are fast as fuck.
They got stolen out of the Lone Star parking lot. It was probably a fucking
when you were working?
Yeah.
You worked there, didn't you?
Actually, yes, I did.
Okay, I thought so.
The cooks in the kitchen took my car keys out of my coat that was hanging up, and they fucking jacked it.
Yeah, damn it. They legit took it?
They stole it, yeah. They brought it back, and the radio was missing. And
No fucking way.
The fucking shit was caught up, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was great. Those nice guys, though. Super nice dudes.
Can't say enough good things about them.
They were like, man, you're a cool dude. We know that you're not going to fuck us up on this. And I'm thinking, I'm like 16. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking do anything. Like, there's nothing I can do.
Damn, that's shitty.
Yeah. And what kind of, when you say, so a lot of different people don't interpret words of law correctly. If someone, I've heard people say, I got robbed, and they get home and their bike is missing. You weren't robbed. Someone committed a theft against you. Rob is when you're walking down the street and someone walks up and says, hey, motherfucker, give me your goddamn wallet. That's called getting robbed.
You take stuff with the threat of violence, pretty much.
When you wake up and your rims are off your truck. That's
just theft.
Someone stole your shit.
Yeah,
right. And you say you were robbing people, Jake. What was the extent of robbing that you were doing?
Well, let me tell you my favorite line. My favorite line I always used to use when I was robbing people was, "Don't turn this robbery into a homicide."
Oh my God.
Jesus, that's so fucking gangster.
Do you listen to ICP?
No, fuck no. Juggalos, they don't even walk mainline where I'm from. They're rapists and sex offenders and chimos. Fuck those dudes.
Okay.
Oh man, we just started a fucking another turf
we
war.
did. We're gonna have so many juggalos and juggalettes.
No, they're all PC'd up in my state.
Yeah, that's the same in Ohio. Whenever I work,
I'd imagine so. You know, there's no library bridges for them to,
I feel like it's the same in every state.
Yeah,
but they're the only ones in the prison that kind of they kind of seem like they were about violence and about their shit, and they would let child molesters into
Chomos
roll with them, dude. And it was kind of
yeah, that's weird.
No.
Don't fuck with them.
Yeah, it's kind of sick.
No.
Yeah,
but that was one of my favorite hobbies in prison was to fuck with the rapists and chimos.
Hell yeah,
I loved it. Hell yeah, fuck those dudes.
More power to you.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't necessarily fuck them. That'd probably be gross. But I understand what you're saying, Jake.
I'm not really a supporter of violence, but in that situation, I definitely am.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad.
Funny story. I got a story about that. Can I tell you real quick?
Yes,
sure.
Please do.
Okay, I won't say his name.
Can if you want. I don't care.
Yeah, what's he gonna do?
Oh, I mean, he does got life, so he's not going to do
there
nothing.
There you go. He ain't never going to hear it.
Yeah.
Anywho.
All right. Anywho, my boy JoJo, he's got life. And so I'm at Stafford Creek, and I see this dude moving into a cell, and I know this dude's a sex offender. Like, I know.
Yeah. He's oozes
Yeah. And so I go up to him, I'm like, JoJo, what the fuck, man? Why are you moving this rapist into your house? And he goes, they rape on the streets. I rape in here.
Oh, fuck. Dude,
that dude got he got his butt pussy ripped out.
Yeah, I'm sure his dick inverted into his body.
God. I gotta put this motherfucker back on the tracks.
Fucker be fucked, man.
This train has gone off the tracks 400 times in this interview already.
My bad.
No, it's okay.
It's cool.
It's perfect.
That's a normal podcast for us.
This is what we wanted. All right, so here you are, 15 years old, smoking marijuana, doing meth,
slinging coke and
doing
meth,
cocaine, dealing stuff, robbing people. Don't turn this robbery into a fucking homicide. Here we are. Were you still fulfilling your duties as a high school student, or was high school kind of out the fucking window at this point?
Actually, surprisingly, it wasn't. Like, I skipped class a lot, but I was still on the football team. So that's the only reason why I went to school.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only thing worse than a criminal, man, is a smart criminal. Smart criminals can do a lot of shit, dude. It's the fucking dumb retarded ones that you kind of just okay.
Yeah.
They just do, but the smart ones are the ones you have to worry about. You got
definitely.
Those are the ones you got to worry about. And I guess by the time you reached, did you have charges brought against you before you graduated high school, or
no?
Oh, really?
Yeah, my first time ever being arrested, I was 19.
Oh, wow. Okay, and what were you arrested for?
So
you're not going to believe this.
No, it's a good story. I was just telling my boss this the other day. He was laughing. Anyways, so the guy that I was selling for, right, with the apartment above the garage or whatever, well, he worked for a company and he had a company vehicle and he let me use that.
Oh, fuck.
But if I ever got pulled over, he said, just say you stole it so I don't get in trouble with my company.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And he says, I'll come down there. I'll tell him you had permission. We'll get that charge dropped. I'm like, all right, whatever.
No way.
So, yeah. So I'm going to pick up my girlfriend at the time, and I didn't like sitting on my wallet. So I threw my wallet in the center console, and I pick her up. I take a no right turn. I get pulled over, and immediately the cop gets up to the window, and I immediately say, I stole this car. I took it without permission.
Oh, my
exactly
God.
what I was told to say. Yeah. So I immediately get taken out, thrown in cuffs. Cop goes to search the car. Well, I threw my wallet on a bag of meth and an ecstasy pill.
God damn.
Yeah, the cop didn't find the 1.5 grams of coke in my coin pocket, but
good for him.
Yeah, thorough job.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I went to jail, and my buddy, he came down like he said he would. He got that charge dropped, and then
but not
so you just had the possession charge then.
Yeah, just the possession charge.
Yeah,
Did you catch a felony for that, or was that just a misdemeanor?
No, felony.
Oh,
was it like a F5 or
F4? We don't have it turned like that here, but it's such a low scale. It's like one of the lower class felonies.
It's like an F5, yeah.
Did you do time for it or no?
I did 19 days.
Oh,
that's not too bad. Did you community service or anything after that?
No, I didn't do shit.
What were you?
So 19 in and out, you're done?
Probation, but I didn't do
probation,
it.
Gotcha.
Were you?
Didn't do it though.
Were you smoking meth at this time?
I was more into coke and ecstasy at that time.
Okay, but were you?
I only did meth when I didn't have coke.
Were you addicted at this point?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and whenever so you did your 19 days, and you got out, and at this point you're doing whatever you got to do to get the money to I guess fuel your addiction at this point. What was your biggest means of income? What was your go-to in terms of securing money aside from dealing? But I think it would be hard to deal once you become addicted. That would be those would butt heads immensely. What was your biggest way of securing money at this point?
Oh, I made money by dealing. I did the other shit for fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what all my buddies around me were doing.
Yeah. Well,
so you just dealt and then did everything else for busy work, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just to pass your time.
It's a good deal.
Like, I don't need this job, but you know what? It's cool to have something to do during.
Everybody's got to have hobbies, right?
Yeah, his hobby was working.
At this point, were you kind of like, I got a fucking problem, or were you just like, I'm living fast, I'm living young, I'm doing the goddamn thing.
And he's young. That's what he's thinking.
I'm doing the goddamn thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I can respect that.
Exactly.
What was your next big brush up with the law after the possession charge at that point?
The first time I went to prison.
All right, now we're here to eating the potatoes.
I love how he says the first time he went to prison.
Glad you caught that.
A little foreshadowing there.
Yeah. So the first time I went, a dude that was a buddy of mine, he owed me $100 and basically told me that he wasn't going to pay me. And so I was like, fuck that.
You fucking fat kids your ass. Yeah. He said, you can either fucking drive on or I can jump your ass.
Did he ever? Did he ever?
So favor got returned to you.
A lot of us are going through some really tough things right now. A lot of people are having things interfere with their happiness. I've had so many Brohio listeners reach out to me, and I have never been more honest than I am being right now, guys. I've had so many listeners that are struggling with so many things, so many afflictions, so many different things going on in their heart and their mind, and I get so excited when I hear them tell me about the help that they've received at BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. It's not self-help, it's professional counseling, and you can start communicating in under 24 hours, and this is all without ever having to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room. They have a lot of issues they can help you deal with: trauma, sleeping, relationships, anxiety, stress, depression, family conflicts, anger, grief, self-esteem. They got it all covered for you guys. There's all kinds of people that are listening to the show that are using the help at BetterHelp.com. Anything you share is completely confidential. It's convenient, professional. They have so many people that have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. And I have a very special offer for you if you are looking for help from BetterHelp today. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener of the Brohio podcast, you will get 10% off your first month by visiting BetterHelp.com/Brohio. That's BetterHelp.com/Brohio. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Brohio. What if there were an underwear out there that was developed and tested by over 400,000 men? You would want it, right? Well, we're here to tell you about Tebow underwear. That's TBO underwear. It was developed by a community of customers to improve previous versions and also develop new versions through their online platform. And Tebow Underwear is the leader in community-led production of men's bodywear, and they're leading the movement to have this as their future of all clothing production. Tebow Underwear is so confident in their product, they sent some underwear to Rob and I to try. And let me tell you what, the support you get from Tebow Underwear is completely uncanny. How often have you bought underwear in your life and just been completely disappointed by the poor fit of underwear? I know it's happened to me before, not with Tebow Underwear. And like I said, Tebow Underwear was developed by a community of over 400,000 people. That's a strong product to stand behind right there. Tebow Underwear offers a superior cut and bamboo material that is softer and more durable than your average underwear. Additionally, a cool fact, bamboo uses 20 times less water than cotton fabric, which contributes to the sustainability of the environment. The cut of the underwear and pouch, yes, the pouch, give you fantastic support for your package without restrictions while still giving them a flattering look. Think about the enhancement of your bulge, my friends. The bamboo material helps regulate the temperature in the nether region as well. And right now, I have a very special offer for the listeners of the Brohio podcast. You're going to get 20% off. That's a big deal right there, guys. 20% off your next purchase at tbobodywear.com by using the discount code Brohio. Again, go to tbobodywear.com, tbobodywear.com. Use the discount code Brohio. You're going to get 20% off. And thank you to Tebow Underwear for sponsoring the Brohio podcast.
Yeah, it did it.
Yep.
So I went, nobody was supposed to be at his house, you know, like I knew his mom worked or whatever. And so I kicked in his door.
Hell yeah.
And I didn't know his mom was home. I didn't even see his mom the whole time I was in there, but apparently she was in the shower the whole time. And I feel bad because she was a really nice lady and I scared the shit out of her.
Oh, man.
No.
Yeah, that part I feel bad about. He had it coming, but she didn't.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go to his room and I had just sold him like a 10-22 rifle, so I knew he had it. And basically, I went to his room and took that rifle and a couple other things. Just $100 worth of shit. Yeah. You know?
Get your money
That's all I wanted. I just wanted my money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get too far. I got like 3 blocks and we got pulled over and I got arrested. And I got charged with Berg 1, unlawful possession of a firearm in the first, and possession of a stolen firearm.
God. Oh, shit.
How long did you do on that?
So our state, we go by the point system, like however many, each felony you have is a point, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I had 0 points. And I had a paid attorney, and I got the 2 gun charges dropped.
Ooh.
And yeah, that was money.
That's big. Yeah, that's big.
But yeah. Call Saul.
Yeah. Yeah. Call Saul. This dude, what?
That's who he was.
He was a greasy looking motherfucker, but he was good.
Yeah.
But so I took the Berg 1 and I got sentenced to 21 months. But when I was getting sentenced, the judge said she added on restitution. And so when I was going back to like the holding cell, I said, fucking bitch under my breath.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she heard me. Oops. She heard me. She pulled my ass right back out. And she goes, oh, I'm a bitch, huh? And she goes, I'm going to give you 24 months, give you 3 extra months to think about how much of a bitch I am.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up. But, you know, in retrospect, you probably shouldn't have said that, my friend.
Probably not.
At least wait till you got back out of the way.
She might have been a fucking bitch. She might have had all that coming to her also. It was hard for me to say, you know. I never drank with her, party with her, whatever. So it'd be hard. She might be a fucking bitch.
She might be. I don't know.
Have big old puffy nipples. Who fucking knows, man?
You know she does.
So that was your first stint in prison. How? And you said you did 2 years on that one, right?
I did 21 on 24.
Okay,
24 months.
So pretty much 2 years.
Yeah,
and
I did the last 6 months in the hole.
Oh, shit!
Why? Well, I mean, I was young, dumb, and I was real impressionable. And I don't want to say it's not skinheads. No, I don't know people that know the difference. I mean, you guys would know. There's a difference between whites and skinheads.
And some people will say, "Oh, he's a fucking racist." No, I will make this.
It's not like the Aryan Brotherhood,
clear as glass. Okay, so the way it works in prison, when you go to a shark and guppies style prison,
let's explain the hole too.
No, the whole is just isolation. That's where you're segregated from general population.
Yeah, you're locked up.
But when you go to a maximum security prison, where you're in there with dudes that have robbed, that have killed, that have done bad things, a lot of people say, "Well, I'll just go to prison and I'll just mind my own business." You are going to get fucked the fuck up. You're going to get your shit stolen. You're going to get fucked. You're going to get stabbed. You're going to have horrible shit happen to you.
You got to find a spot.
If you go in with a charge of, let's say, breaking and entering and possession or whatever, and you have a moderately decent frame and you're white, the only option you have is to join the Aryan Brotherhood or the Nazi lowrider. There's so many different spin-offs. Whatever. Not the fucking juggalos, because you're going to get your shit pushed in. Not necessarily because you're racist. Not necessarily because you're racist. It's survival of the fittest at this point. You have to join up with other people to protect yourself so you can eat. So you're not eating a fucking maggot-infested mashed potatoes every day as your meal. So you can get some soups every once in a while so you can eat good. And so that people aren't running up in your cell every day and taking your shit, taking your TV, taking all your extra commissary, taking all your shit. You have to join other people and say, these are my fucking dude. You may not be a racist, but for 2 years, in Jake's case, you got to say, you know what? I'm fucking whatever. I'm a skinhead. I'm a whatever.
You got to do what you got to do so you're not targeted.
Yes, and even where I worked at, just because business is business, Jake. Just because you say you're a skinhead doesn't mean you don't deal with people of other races. The Aryan Brotherhood will 1 million% do business with the Bloods and the Crips and the GDs as long as it makes sense on a business end. They'll do anything that they need to do to make money to take care of themselves. But it's just everyone says.
That's so true.
Prison infrastructure is like business.
It is.
It's business. It's no different really than what it is. It's just you're in a closer quarters with a bunch of different types of people.
So for the people that are just saying, he's
big money.
He's a fucking he's a former skinhead. He's a racist. That's not at all what it is. It's about him trying to survive in fucking prison, right?
I mean, yeah. So I mean, it was more or less like I was just part of the white cart, and I wanted to earn my stripes.
Yeah, I get it.
I wanted to earn my name.
Yeah, and whatever your beliefs are, I don't care. You don't have to tell us anything like that right now.
I laugh at people that think I'm a skinhead because I shave my head bald, but my kid is half African.
Oh, that's good shit, man.
So I just laugh. I'm like, whatever, dude.
Yeah. I get
people
it.
Don't understand.
But people don't know what it's like on the inside unless they've lived it, and that's kind of what it is.
And I mean, yeah, it just. Anyways, so
liberals.
Anyway, so I wanted to earn my stripes, and I knew there was a guy in our car that he had checked in at another institution, so he was no good. He had to go.
And when you say, and people don't know this, and by checking in,
he PC'd up. He went to protective custody.
Like someone, you're an inmate and you go to prison and you're so fucking scared of everything around you. You go to the CO in your cell block and you say, I am scared for my life. I am not going back to my cell. And at that point, they move you to the hole and they keep you in the hole.
Protective custody.
That's called checking in.
Yeah, protective custody.
Yeah. Cowards.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Anyway, so, I volunteered for the mission because I wanted to earn my stripes.
Yeah, blood in, blood out, buddy.
Yeah.
I know. I already know.
Yeah. So I went in his house. I stomped him out. And
you went into a cell.
Yeah. I waited till it was nighttime, and I waited for him to go to the bathroom, and I just followed him into a cell. And then Yeah.
How bad did you fuck him up?
Oh, bad.
Oh man.
Like he didn't know how to fight. Like immediately, as soon as that door closed, he came and like ducked at me and started running towards me, pretty much windmilling. I just hit him with an uppercut.
Lights out.
Yeah. I actually ran into him the second time down. It was pretty funny.
Hopefully he's done some push-ups since then.
No, he looks more sucked up than ever.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
Yeah. But anyway, so he actually had like a tattoo infraction hearing the next day. And and I'd given him raccoon black eyes.
Hell yeah.
You know? Yeah. And so you guys know, you go to an infraction hearing and you look like you got in a fight, you're not coming back.
No.
Yeah. Well, this motherfucker came back.
Oh, cool. Oh. Good for him.
Damn.
Yeah. And then I don't remember her name. This lady cop I was talking to, you know, when she'd be on, she told me, hey, just so heads up, you guys need to get everything out of your rooms. You guys are going to the hole next week. You know, we've been told to watch you.
Because of that?
Yeah. Me and about 10 other people went to the hole over that.
Oh, okay.
And we all got programs.
That was the last 6 months of your first prison stay.
Yeah, I was a little more than 60 days away from going home.
Yeah.
When I did it. And
gotcha.
When I did it, I thought I was going to go do 30 days in the hole, maybe lose 10 days good time and be good.
Yeah. Nope.
I didn't even know what a program was.
Yeah. You found the fuck out, didn't you?
Real quick.
Did that just extend your time?
Yeah, so I lost
until your whole time was up?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I lost 60 days for the actual assault. And then they hit me with another infraction, STG activity, security threat group.
Oh, yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, I know you do. And they hit me with the 9-month program, but my release date came up in 6 months. I got out on Halloween 2008.
Fuck yeah. Probably out snatching bags that night, weren't you?
No. Not quite that quick.
All right.
Well, I mean, when I first got out that time, I had good intentions, but
my
DLC officer that I had.
Yeah.
I always have good intentions. It never works out, though. So
that's very true. It did this time.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you're young, because when you're like young like that, you're just fucking stupid. Like, it's just like you're not thinking of the stuff that's going to affect the rest of your life.
No.
You're getting back in and you're like, man, I need some fucking money. What can I do to make money as quick as I can?
Well, real quick, during that 2-year stint in prison, were you using it all in prison during that stay?
Not that stay, actually.
Okay. Well,
that stay I actually was clean the whole time.
After you did your 21 months, you got out. You're what, probably 23, 22, 23 years old?
22.
Okay.
I was 22.
Super young.
Did you immediately revert back to the criminal ways, or did you try and find a different way for a while? How did it work after you got out?
Not like immediately.
Okay.
Like, so my first day out, I immediately went to go check in with my PO. And back then we had a range of DLC time, and mine was 18 to 36 months.
Yeah.
And when she asked me what my plan was, I was like, I'm going to do good, get off in 18 months, blah, blah, blah. She goes, nah, I've seen your record. Plan on doing the whole 36 months. And so I was like, all right, game on, bitch.
Come find me. You ain't going to know where the fuck I'm at.
That's what I used to do to her. Me and her she hated me.
Yeah.
Like, I used to go in there and, like, this is back before they had the instant cups, P-test.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to like send it to a lab. So it took a week to get the results or whatever. Well, I'd go in there knowing I was going to piss dirty. I'd pee dirty and then I'd go on the run.
You had a weak head start, man.
Yeah.
Can't find my ass.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But, and then like, it was probably a good couple years of that. And then this chick I was with, she got me into Oxycontins.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Good old Oxys.
Yeah, good old Oxys.
Good old Oxys.
So you get up, you meet up with her. Was she already doing oxys when you met her? Or?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, she was a stripper, wasn't she? You can tell me.
She looked like she could have been if there was a strip club out here.
So you start doing the how much a day do you think you were spending on oxy at your worst point?
Well, I thought they were too expensive, so I started flipping them.
Naturally, entrepreneur mind frame.
Yeah. You know, I don't like to pay for drugs. I like to sell them.
Yeah, there you go.
I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
How long? So at this point, you're addicted to Oxycontins.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much the only thing at that point I was doing. That took over.
How many were you taking? Were you popping a day at this point?
I only smoked them, and we were smoking probably like 2 to 3 a day.
How do you
80s.
fucking smoke an Oxycontin?
Just crush them up?
Nah, you got to peel the little like layer of whatever, the skin, that little blue coating.
Okay.
And then you put it on foil and you just smoke it. Just like you're smoking heroin.
Yeah, I haven't smoked any heroin recently, but I can imagine it's pretty fucking badass. White Dragon.
So anytime we ask any like drug related questions, I always feel so stupid because I'm like, I have no fucking idea how to do any of this shit.
No, you want to talk Little Debbie's, any type of snack cakes, any type of fruit driven cereal. I'm your fucking dude to talk
I can teach you how to eat Captain Crunch without hurting the roof of your mouth.
How?
The key is you gotta let it sit in the milk.
Yeah. You
gotta let it get soggy.
Yeah. I just let my dog chew it up first. And
baby bird it to you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh man. So, at this point, so you're how were you? I guess you're dealing the oxys and you're taking them. What other are you beside that? Are you still robbing? Are you still kind of doing bad shit to make ends meet? Or you're just dealing strictly?
Yeah, just dealing at that point.
You're probably getting a lot of meeting a lot of new contacts, a lot of heavy hitters in the drug game. Were you kind of like a low on the totem pole, or where were you kind of at? At
that time, I was low on the totem pole. I was just selling enough to get me and my girl at the time high.
Yeah.
And a little spending money, cigarettes and things like that.
Yeah.
Very low.
Were you still, so did you go back to prison for parole violation, or did you go back to prison for another crime? And what was the time frame on that?
So the time frame is from when I got out to when I went back is 7 years.
Oh, wow. That's a big gap.
Yeah, right.
That's a really big gap. I'm surprised.
Were you doing oxys? Right? Were you doing oxys that whole time?
Well, they quit making them in the U.S. and once that happened and the supply kind of ran out, me and that same girl, we broke up, but somehow we reconnected. And when the oxys were gone, she was like, "Here, try this." And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" It was heroin.
Oh,
the White Dragon.
I feel like that's like almost a natural progression.
It was the black tar. It was, dude, I smoked it. And it's the first time I hit it, I immediately vomited.
Really? So why?
I think I've heard that before, that it's a lot your first time.
Yeah.
Why'd you go back to it if the first time did it get you high the first time?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And how long were you doing?
I mean, like the thing is like they weren't making oxys, and I was addicted to oxys. Yeah. So this was
those are
the
both
only
opiates,
alternative
right?
that there was.
Yeah.
So
were you?
And so naturally,
were you in pain or were you just getting high?
I was just getting high.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I the last guy we talked to, he's like, I was in a motorcycle accident. I was fucked up. Some people do it.
Yeah, he was oxycodone. I think was his.
He went
to
he
went to the doctor, and they're just like
and Percocets. Yeah, that's what he said.
Shove that shit down people's throats.
Yeah. Yep. And this was back. This was back in the 90s. So it was like he had no problem getting them as much as he wanted, pretty much.
Oh, I bet, dude. They were making fentanyl lollipops back then.
That's crazy.
Kids.
That's crazy.
Yeah, ain't that nuts?
That's nuts.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
So 7 years. 7 years. That's a big gap.
How long were you doing heroin before you I guess reoffended?
So, like, for the first couple of years, because I was still with my son's mom,
Okay.
you know, and like, so I wasn't really able to be like full blown. You know, I had to keep it somewhat in check.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for the first couple of years using heroin, I was just using little bits, like 20 bags a day. You know.
Okay.
That sounds like so much.
Dude, that's nothing.
Is it?
That's
Okay.
nothing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I
know that.
I literally know nothing about it. That sounds like a fucking shit ton.
Yeah.
That's literally $20 worth.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, I know nothing about it.
Yeah. No worries.
That's cool.
But yeah, and then like I finally, like, I was only ever with her for my kid, and so like it was doomed from the beginning with us, you know.
Right.
Sadly.
And yeah, it is. You know, I mean, she's a good girl. We just don't
Different
work.
people. No, I get it, man.
Yep.
I
If you
get
don't
it.
work, you don't work.
Where were you living at through all this? Were you homeless, or were you living with your mom, or where were you staying at through all this?
I was actually, well, for the first couple of years of getting out of prison, last time I was with my mom. And then after that, like when I started selling heroin, I was in hotels, condos, all sorts of shit. I was never slept on the street.
Your mom cut you off for like tough love shit,
No.
or was she kind of like enabling you, or what was the situation with your mom?
No, my mom, so she wasn't ever an enabler, you know,
Okay.
like here's some money, go get high. But she was always like,
My baby
you're
boy's
my
not going to go
kid.
hungry.
I'm not going to let you, you know, I'm not going to give you a bunch of money, but if you need a place to stay, you have a place to stay.
That's good. That's a fucking mom's love right there. Bro.
Right.
Oh, dude, my mom is the best. She wrote both prison sentences with me. She's
That's
the
awesome.
best.
It's good to have
Dude.
that support there for you. And you mentioned we talked about it we kind of been jumping around a little bit, but I kind of want to get back and hear more about. You said the first time you tried it, you got really sick. What made you? And I think you may have even asked that. I don't think we got to it, but what made you go the next time to decide? You know what? I want to continue, even though I got completely fucking sick the first time.
Oh, okay. Good point. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it might have made me sick the first time, but I was still addicted to oxys, which is synthetic heroin. You know?
Right.
And so if I didn't have it, I was getting dope sick.
Gotcha.
You know. And so,
What's that consist of? For people that don't know, when you say dope sick, that's good. When you're not getting the substance that you need to I guess fill that void from your addiction, you get fucking sick like you have the flu. What's that dope sick? What's that like?
oh, dude, it's like the worst fucking flu you've ever had in your life.
Yeah.
I've seen people puke on themselves, fucking, and not care.
Yeah.
Just because they're so sick.
Pork
you know?
Chop was talking about whenever we did the first interview. He was talking like it's one of those things where if you don't get that fixed the first thing when you wake up, your body just won't let you do anything else.
Yeah, you're not hungry. You're feeling like shit. All you're thinking about is how can I get this?
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
it's real.
I couldn't imagine being like that dependent on something. That's crazy.
That's how I am with fried food.
That's how I am with titties.
Yeah, titties and pussy, best substitute.
I'm so
Man, and I just want to applaud you for your journey. You're here with us. You're still alive and kicking. You're doing good shit, brother. And I want you to stay in the right path. I want to be able to talk to you in a year because I know you're going to have so many fucking stories that you're not going to be able to tell us today for the sake of time.
Yeah.
That we'll be able to circle back. And we're going to do like an episode where we kind of give perspective about the inside of prison versus the perspective from the outside. And I know that you could come on with us and kill us. Not, you'd kill it with the content. I don't want you to fucking kill us. We're good dudes. So.
You want to get in? Are we getting into a second term?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you were cutting it off. Or
No, I'm not cutting it off. I'm just stopping to say for a second, good fucking job for being here with us and shit, man. You know.
So let's get into your second, and this is your second stint out of how many?
Two.
Okay, so this is your last. I figured it was your last, but I just wanted to make sure.
This was the long one.
So,
Yeah, I made the last one a good one.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
let's get into this one. What led up to it, and then what happened during the course of this?
Well, so I started selling heroin, and I blew up. Like blew up. Like when I ran into that same girl that got me into it.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into one of her exes, and at the time I was only selling like a half a piece of heroin a day, making decent money. I was able to stay in hotels, support myself, whatever.
So
anyways,
how much for my stupidity here, how much does a half of piece take a normal user to get through?
Oh, fuck, forever. So half a piece. So heroin is different than like, you don't have ounces and stuff like that.
Right.
So a half a piece is 12 grams.
Okay.
A lot.
So yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. It's a lot.
That's enough to kill a lot of people. I know that.
Yeah, see, and I don't even know that. Like, so, I come into the heroin game completely blind. I have no idea what any of it means. I don't think I've ever even seen it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a good amount.
Okay.
What's the street value on a back then for a piece? What was if you sold all of it if you could maximize your profits, what would you expect to get back for a piece?
So back then I was selling it I was picking it up for like 700, and I would easily make anywhere from 14 to 1600.
Okay.
That's not bad. So doubling your fucking money.
Would that last a junkie a week?
It could. I mean, it depends on how much they do, really.
So it's that's probably around the span that you would expect someone to need more is after a week, though.
Oh no! I mean, if they're doing like 2 grams a day, then yeah, it'll last them a week.
Okay.
No, a piece would keep you busy for probably a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's probably making multiple transactions a day.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of it. Think of it as like as a need for them and a benefit for you at that point. But that's still a lot of money.
If they gave us a piece and we were addicted to heroin,
yeah,
the two of us, a piece could probably last us a fucking month, probably.
Okay.
If we weren't like, I'm fat, so I'm going to use a lot more than you. You're not going to use quite as much as I am.
Yeah.
But as moderate users, not like, probably
not addicts.
Close to 3/4 of a month.
Okay.
Like this is probably my best.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's a lot. Yeah.
Well,
depends.
It was decent. But anyway, so I met up with my buddy, and at the time he was getting it from a Mexican dude linked up with the cartel. And
was his name Taco?
Naturally, Taco.
Yeah, from the El Taco stand.
I know
Taco. Yeah.
All right, keep going.
Yeah. So I paid him $1,000 to hook me up with the dude, and for my drug career, that was the best $1,000 I ever spent.
So that was just strictly that $1,000 was spent strictly for a contact.
Just for a contact.
Just a contact, just an introduction, and that was it.
But that was going to make you knew that was going to make you moves.
Yes, yeah,
that was business.
And it was good business.
Okay.
So once I did that, I literally went from selling a half a piece a day to selling 5 pieces a day within like a couple months.
Holy shit!
5 pieces a day?
Yeah,
you were a busy motherfucker. And unless you had like a lot of people running. For
I had people that were selling for me. And I was still doing like my grams sales.
Shit,
so you said you were busting. You were getting like 1,500 a piece. Is that what you said?
No, you say he was profiting around $600 to $700 per half.
That's what the plug was making was 15.
Yeah. No. That's what I made making the street sales.
Gotcha.
Because the lower down the chain you get, the more money they make because they're busting it down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You just make quicker, faster money selling it wholesale. So your profits are bigger because you're doing it faster times.
But still, that's a substantial increase in your pay.
Oh yeah. I had a condo in Bellevue at that time. I was going to the casino every night, blowing like $4,000 to $5,000 a night.
That's what I was about to ask. I was like, what the fuck are you doing with all your money? Because you weren't dying from heroin. But if you're gambling, that's where your money was.
You probably made that $1,000. Uh-oh.
All right, we just took consensual piss breaks.
Yeah.
That's the first time in Brohio history that we have taken a piss break with the guest. The guest's like, hey, I got pissed too.
All together.
We flipped the cameras. We all pissed together.
The planets aligned.
And it was good.
It all happened.
Across the streams.
Oh, I took mine with me.
There you go.
We know.
But anyway, what I was saying was that $1,000 that you invested there, that you probably made that back within probably the first day of your transactions that you completed, right?
Easy.
Yeah, there you go.
Money.
Easy.
Dude, yeah. That shit was, that was easy.
What was your game of choice at the casino?
Dude, the Wheel of Fortune.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Or 100 Wolves.
Okay.
Always max bet.
Yeah. Now it's
that's probably why I spent so much money there. It's $5 a spin.
Shit. Yeah, probably.
My mom's calling me. It'll be okay. I'll talk to her later. She doesn't ever want to fucking talk to me on this goddamn show.
Anytime we do this, she knows Monday nights.
She knows what I'm doing.
She knows Monday nights are our date nights.
She knows. So you're dealing masses amount at this point, and was your addiction was it going up with how much money you were having on hand, or are you just kind of holding steady with what kept a comfortable amount every day, or were you using more?
So I mean, then I was still addicted to heroin. Like, don't get me wrong, but then I was probably more addicted to the power and the money at that time.
Yeah,
which is almost just as dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you're getting into that rat race of trying to climb up your rankings and making more. And I would especially think that once you go from what you were making to what you ended up making after that investment, that it was like, okay, yeah, I don't want this to end anytime soon, so I'm willing to do what it takes to keep this thing going.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
It's just one of those things you get like addicted to that lifestyle. You know what I mean?
In all honesty, that lifestyle pulls more hard at me more than the actual drugs do to this day.
Yeah.
Dude, it sucks not having fucking money.
Right?
It's that Scarface fantasy, man.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Fucking worst. Do you think, I guess, you're when people from the outside would look at you at that time, do you think you conveyed the image that you were addicted to heroin, or do you think you kind of had your shit together?
Oh, no. Like, I mean, I wasn't like super strung out looking.
Okay.
But people could look at me and know that I was into drugs, probably sold them, Yeah. I mean, I had a white Mercedes on 19-inch rims tinted out with bass system,
Definitely a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Mercedes with tinted windows and rims. Yeah, that's that's going to turn some looks.
And then some straggly ass white kid gets out of it.
Yeah, especially in North Bend where they all drive trucks and lifted vans and shit.
Oh, that's good. Now, were you kind of, what led up to, I guess, your takedown at this point? There had to have been, you probably, here's, without knowing your story, here's my guess. Someone narked on you. And
100%.
Holy shit. Okay.
So this guy I had dealing for me, and you guys probably don't know. Anyways, Bellevue, kind of a bigger city in Washington, and he was at the Bell Square Mall in the parking garage weighing out some meth on his dashboard, and a cop rolled up on him. And so they took him down to the precinct to question him, the detectives and shit, because he had like a half ounce of meth on him or something. And I was on my way to meet my dude at this time, and there was so much traffic on the freeway and this dude knew where a pawn shop was that didn't ask questions, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just looking to kill time, and I had like an ounce of gold on me. And so I called him up. Little did I know, when he answered the phone, there's 3 detectives around him.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You fucked up.
Yeah. And so he was like, yep, he's going to this pawn shop. He'll be right there. Bam, they hit me. And luckily, I didn't really have any dope on me because I was going to meet my dude. But I had like $15,000 on me.
Cash?
An ounce of gold. Cash.
Oh,
God
shit,
damn, that's a lot of money.
They took that shit.
Yeah, cash.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that was a big hit. That hurt.
No, did they take you straight to the county jail, or did you?
Yeah, they took me to count. So this is fucked up. You want to hear how fucked up these detectives are?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear.
Oh,
all
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
So in Bellevue, they got a precinct down there that's just for like detectives and things like that. And so they throw me and my girlfriend at the time in the holding cells, in separate holding cells.
Oh, was she with you when you got taken down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she also told on me during this interview.
Yeah. Fucking bitch.
Yeah, that's how I got charged with the gun, but I'll get to that.
No loyalty.
Anyway, so this Detective Kelly, he's a fucking straight bitch. I can't stand this dude.
Okay.
We'll see if Detective Kelly listens to us.
He doesn't. Definitely puffy ass nipples.
Definitely 100% the puffiest nipples you've ever seen. This dude, so he comes to my cell and he goes, he asked me if I'm willing to talk, to get out of jail. I said, no, take me to county. I'm ready to go. And he goes, do you smoke or shoot? And I said, I smoke. Why? And he goes, well, how long does it take you to get sick? I said, about 3-4 hours. He said, well, how long has it been since you smoked? I said, like a couple hours. He goes, well, I'll be back in a couple hours and we'll see if you want to talk then.
Oh, shit.
Man.
So these motherfuckers just wait till you're dope sick and get these people to tell.
No, well, that's a tactic, man.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. It works. I can't say
exactly
because it works.
It's a cheap ass tactic.
It's cheap
dude.
as fuck. Yeah. But it's, yeah.
So I puked all over his cell.
Now fucking clean it up.
Yeah.
But it would take. That's how long you would have between using.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn. And so now I can definitely understand. Like, you don't want it to get to that point, so you use again.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That's like a never-ending.
It really. That's why it's chasing the dragon.
Exactly.
And you had a firearm in the vehicle with you when they stopped you?
No.
Oh god.
So you'd have been super fucked if that was a felon with a gun.
Well, so because of my last conviction, the first time I went to prison, I stopped carrying guns, messing with them, stopped doing like violent robberies and shit like that because I had a strike.
Right.
3 strikes, you're out. So
Yep.
I was like, fuck that. Anyways, this dude that was selling for me, I think he just did it all, whatever. He came up with the story, he got robbed. Anyways, he needed more dope to sell. So I took that gun as collateral. And I took that gun, put it in a safe in my storage unit. And Jessica, while we were in that, the detectives, I went to jail. She took him to my storage unit.
Oh fuck.
God, took him right to the gun.
Yeah, and that punk Detective Kelly, he poured barbecue sauce all over my clothes, laptops, and TVs I had in there.
Wow.
Who the fuck just carries around barbecue sauce? He had to be a fucking portly motherfucker.
To be fair, Jessica had that in the storage unit because she had a bunch of food in there.
Okay.
He said, I know what'll be real good on this laptop.
This will really fuck the boy
I know
up.
what'll be real good on this Dell with some goddamn KC barbecue.
He's just in there fucking like just engorging himself on fucking barbecue.
I'm gonna call him.
Just butt chugging barbecue.
Yeah, man. As long as it's Sweet Baby Ray's, more power to him.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace to your laptops and shit, dude. Sorry about that. And your TV.
Yeah, those are gone.
Yeah,
man, that's a bummer.
Did you ever see daylight between getting arrested for this and when you were sentenced?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. So in my state, like, you'll get arrested for a felony. You'll go to county jail. The next morning, you'll go to what's called an investigation court.
Okay.
And where they find probable cause or whatever, Yeah. And pretty much, if it's nonviolent, they're going to PR you. Yeah. Just so they did that to me a lot.
Do they give you house arrest or they just let you fucking go?
No, let you fucking go.
Oh shit! Just until your trial date.
Well, a lot of times you get what's called NCF, no charges filed, and then they have like up to 3 or 5 years or whatever it is to charge you.
Oh damn!
So they just let you rack them up, basically.
They let you out to reoffend. Yeah.
Let you hang yourself.
How much did you rack up during the time awaiting your sentencing?
Well, so
this is how good stories start. Well,
hold my beer.
Right.
When I first felt like when they just were like, nope, that's enough. I had 37 felony charges.
Holy fuck!
God damn! How long was this amount of time?
It was probably from 2011 to 2015.
4 years span.
What was the most heinous of those felonies, or what was the
possession with intent?
Okay.
And the pistol. This will explain. The Eastside Narcotics detectives, they busted me 3 times, and they let me go every time because they got progressively less and less because they kept cutting into my savings that I had.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after they finally busted me and I didn't have shit, I started doing credit card fraud, check fraud, identity theft, all this stuff and so that shit just racked up and racked up.
Right. God damn. You got creative. I'll give you that, dude.
That's what their system wanted you to do. I mean, hell.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to sleep on the streets. So
yeah, right.
Well, at that point, when you were sentenced for your 37 felonies, what were you sentenced to initially?
So I signed the deal for 87 months, and I pled guilty to 11 charges. Oh, and yeah, when I went to I regret it too. Because I told my attorney when I first got into county and I first saw him, I knew I was going to do a lot of time. Mm-hmm. So I just told him, look, man, get the best deal you can get me. I'm ready to go to prison. I'm not trying to do this county thing forever.
Yeah, county's nasty, dude. County's
nasty.
It is fucking
super nasty. Yeah.
I'll vouch for that. It's definitely as nasty as fuck.
Yeah, and so I just wanted to get to prison where I knew I was going anyways.
Yeah. I was the county guy. Nick was the prison guy. So, yeah.
Nick won.
No, I didn't. Now, so you get 87 months, which that's roughly 8 years.
8 years, yeah.
And how much of that did you serve?
I did 61 on 87.
Oh, good for you, man.
Nice.
Good fucking job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually got some good time this time.
So you go back to prison. Did you spend the entire time at the same prison, or did you move around?
No. I bounced around.
Yeah. What now, in Ohio, we have different levels of offenders. So a level 5, I think. No, wait. Yeah. A level 1 would be like a child support DUI. A level 5 is this motherfucker bit a CO's face off, and we can't even give him a guy. We can't even wipe his ass. So fucking kill everybody in here. What kind of facility were you being housed in?
So we do ours a little bit different. So when you go to receiving, you start out with like 57 points or whatever, and you lose points for your age, your crime, you know, all these different factors. And because I kept all my shit non-violent, you know, the only thing I lost points is for my past crimes that Berg won. So I went to a long-term minimum to start. But in 6 months, I was in close custody, Walla Walla.
Yeah.
Oh, God. 6 months. That's all it took.
What?
2 of those months were in the hole, too.
Oh, fuck.
Was it fighting or what was it?
No.
Tattoos, tobacco.
No. So this institution I was at, you might as well be on the streets except for women. You know, I was getting a street ball of heroin every week.
Oh, holy shit. So you were still slinging while you were locked?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Sorry for cussing.
Yeah.
No, it's perfect. Were you getting it inside or outside?
So one of my buddies, his wife would bring it in, and then we'd meet up, and he'd get it to me.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I used to work in the visit room at the facility, and like clockwork, dude, all the wives and girlfriends would come in, and then as soon as they would walk in, they would all go to the bathroom. And I knew they were taking the balloons of heroin out of their fucking snatch, and they were putting it in their mouths. And then I would just go over and be like, "I'm sorry, I forgot who you were here for. Who are you here for again?" They would be like,
No.
If they did that, I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then I was the only CO that picked up on that trick. And when they saw me working, they would start doing something else. If they saw me in the visit room, because there's a little window,
right?
They saw that they would do some other fucking funky shit. So they knew I would catch on to the fucking I call it the old tuna fish lunch as well. The tuna lunch box. That's what I fucking called it. I would and it wasn't about at that point, it was just the heroin was coming into that was the part that upset me, because we would when we do cell searches and we would touch this shit and we would get fucking sick. It would fuck us up. We would have to go to the hospital. And I'm like thinking, I got little kids at home, and if I overdose on this shit from just fucking touching it, I'm going to be pissed off.
Yeah, man. See, I don't think I ever seen anything crazy. Like we saw like crack and stuff coming in from receiving, but I don't think I ever saw anything like that besides like weed inside. Yeah. But that's like fucking, you know, your clergy and shit that bring that shit in.
Shit would get so potent that you could touch it and almost fucking die, essentially.
That's probably fentanyl.
Yes. I mean, but
that's that Dayton shit.
It's same
that East Coast shit.
That's that Dayton, Ohio stuff.
Same ballpark, though, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you're getting did they do a cell search and find it in your shit, or
No. So
that's good.
I used to always carry my shit around in my mouth. Mm-hmm. I'd make up my papers, what I was going to say, 100 papers, you know. And I'd carry them all around in my mouth. So if I seen a CO come in, or if they told me to cuff up, I could just swallow it, and then I
shit it out.
Yeah.
How many times do you have to finger through your own poop?
A few.
At least it was your own.
Yeah. Oh, I ain't going through nobody else's.
How long does it take after you swallow it? I've heard about 2 days.
It depends on, you know. I would take laxatives or whatever I had to get that shit out real
Depends
quick.
On how many nasty ass breaks you made.
Yeah, those heroin shits.
So you're walking around prison, dude, with just like fucking single servings of heroin in your mouth.
Yeah, double horseshoe up top and up down below.
Yeah, and you go to the hole there and minimum security. What'd you go to the hole for?
So I went to the hole for refusing 2 UAs.
Okay,
because a refusal in Washington is just as bad as a dirty. Yeah. It's considered the same thing, right? Basically.
Okay.
And so I got 2 of those, and I got
urine analysis. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're cool. You're cool.
So I went to the hole for about 30 days on those. Got kicked out to medium. The institution I was at was a long-term minimum / medium institution. So I got to stay there. So, of course, when I got out the hole, I was doing the same shit.
But when you went back into prison, were you automatically back with your dudes, or did you have to, like, kind of re-fucking patch?
I got sent to a different unit, but I mean, it's a small community. It's a prison of 2,000 people.
Well, I'm saying, from like your 2-year,
your initial prison.
Oh, okay.
You kind of patched in, or you had whatever.
Yeah. My name was already known. Okay.
Your bed was already made when you fucking got there.
Exactly.
And you didn't have
to.
I
actually went to the same institution the first time down as I got sent to the first time this time.
Okay, cool. So you didn't have to jump a guy on the toilet again.
Right.
Were you still, at this point, using, or were you just selling?
Oh, no. Fuck no. I was using.
Yeah.
I would take a gram of that, and that would be for me and my partners, and then I'd sell 2 grams of it, make my money back in some cash.
Yeah.
Ah, look at you.
God damn. Now, is it whenever you went to the minimum, the medium security, is that when like shit kind of like got real, or?
No, it's the same thing basically at that. Like, I don't know. I had fun. I loved it.
He said, I loved it.
Well, you loved it, but you don't ever want to go back. And
fuck no.
Right.
Like when I say that,
you made the best of it. You made the best of the situation.
Exactly. Like it was the best of the time I had. Like I had to do it regardless. So I'm going to make the best of it.
Gotcha.
In your time in prison, did you ever feel like, aside from an overdose or something like that, was there ever a point, maybe a certain incident where you're like, fuck, I might fucking die right here. Like I may,
not from like violence or anything, but I remember like shooting up for the first time ever. And I was at Walla Walla. And so this is close custody. So pretty much the step below the hole. Yeah. This is where your murderers go, lifetimers, all those. And so my son, he's like, yeah, we got some heroin, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, we're going to get the needle tonight. I was like, what?
Why?
And like, what the fuck is this?
Notice he said the needle, not the needles.
Yeah, the needle. So, yeah, exactly what you think. This motherfucker's getting passed around.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, and you can hear it because you hear the ting, 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 ting of nail clippers getting fished down.
Yeah.
And you know it's coming. Yeah. So he gets this motherfucker in there, and it's literally a needle and those not plastic, but the real bendy pens they give you.
Yeah.
They're called
the ballpoint pens.
We call them suicide pens where I was at. They're like
Yeah. So we made a needle out of that.
God damn.
That's some ingenuity right there.
Prisoners are so fucking resourceful. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, it was an eyedropper bottle, a pen, and a needle.
Man.
And they call it a binky.
A binky. That's awesome.
But yeah, to get what you were talking about, like that was after he shot me up with it, because I'm scared to death of needles.
Yeah.
So I couldn't look. And after that, I was like, God damn, am I going to get like HIV, AIDS?
Yes, that's very possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that was probably the scariest time. But then after that, I was like, well, fuck it. If I got it, I got it.
Yeah. I mean, when you reach that point of you need what you need,
the point of no return right there.
Exactly.
Was there ever a moment in prison where you're just like, man, I got to fucking get clean of this shit? Or do they probably, I'd imagine when you went to the hole, it was a little harder to get your hands on than I guess in general population. But was there ever a moment in prison where you're just like, I gotta clean the fuck up. I can't keep doing this shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, so to the point, the other times I usually had shit in my mouth, so I went to the hole with shit. But where I actually decided that enough was enough, I was at a minimum institution, work camp,
Yeah.
And I was supposed to get a visit from my kid that weekend. And I had got pulled in for a UA, and they said I failed. I knew I didn't because I spit in the cup. Like I spit water in the cup.
That's why you failed, dude. They're like, this is a honker. This isn't fucking piss.
This is snot.
Yeah, it's literally just water from the cup.
Yeah.
So I know it's not dirty. But anyways, so they take me to the hole, And I'm sitting in there and I'm like, you know, how's my kid going to feel when I call him and tell him he can't come to see me because I was getting high? And that's kind of really where it set in. Like, I was just done.
Yeah, it's that moments like that, man, that speak volumes and say, this is what I got to do to change. And I'm happy for you that you went through that. I'm happy that you're here with us now, man. I want to reemphasize, I'm glad you're doing your thing. You're happy, and
for sure.
We want to keep you here with us, dude. And I think you got a cool story to tell. And I think you got there's a lot of people that can relate to what, kind of what you went through. So I'm thankful you're here with us, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask another really stupid, uneducated question, which is what I love to do whenever these drug episodes come. It's I haven't been around any of this stuff, so it's all interesting to me. So you said that you would get sent to the hole, you would have it in your mouth. As someone who doesn't use or never has, say if you do not have any way to consume it while you're locked up, are you able to eat it and still feel effects? Will it suffice?
Yeah, especially meth.
Okay.
Especially meth.
Okay.
They call them gut bombs with meth.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure if it was like one of the, and to my thinking, it's like, well, if you can snort it or smoke it or, inject it, you should be able to still eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about heroin if you can eat it. I've never tried.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
I would think. You would think.
Yeah, we don't need to try that, bro.
It may not be it may not be as potent, but I mean, I feel like it's still getting into your body some way.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking about. Well, if you needed to use it in the hole, and if you didn't have anything to, smoke it with or shoot up with, what are you going to do?
I snorted it. So when I took it into the hole with me,
that's right. I guess I didn't think about snorting.
You get a little plastic spoon.
Gotcha.
And so,
Gotcha. Okay. I always forget about the old snooters.
Now, when you were in prison, were you? What was your role in the gang? Were you an enforcer? Were you a shot caller? Were you doing robbing and fighting? What were you doing?
So when I was at Coyote Ridge, I had the keys to my car in my unit, and a lot of the times I was towards that key holder position. Mm-hmm. But at Coyote Ridge, I had that key holder position.
Okay. And you say the keys to the car in your cell, like the head dude, you were in the cell with him?
No. So the key holder is the shot caller of that unit.
Okay.
Ah, cool.
Gotcha. And
but I was only the shot caller of my unit. So above me, there was the shot caller of the entire prison.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha. Now, Ohio prisons are set up a lot differently than other prisons. In Ohio, there was the one I was at. There was 10, 11 cell blocks, and there was, I guess they were called captains in terms of the Aryan Brotherhood. We had captains, and then there was.
You mind?
I don't fucking care.
Okay.
I thought you were pointing to the cupcake. I'm like, you already fucking ate it.
They're already fucking gone.
Why are you asking about the cupcakes? You already ate it. But then I remember, because when I first started the prison, I was so enamored with the gang culture. I wanted to learn about it. I wanted to know who was doing what. And what it really took was once they started, it was called freezing me, where I would come in, I would work 8 hours, and they would say, we don't have anyone to work the next shift. You're here for another 8 hours. I'm like, fuck, man.
And by the way, they're hiring.
Yeah.
I drove by there the other day, and there was like 10 signs out saying they're hiring.
That's what I think of that one. Flip them off. So those late nights, you're there, you're vulnerable, you're so tired of, and you just, and I would keep it rugged with the inmates. I would be like, it would be yes, no, get the fuck out of here, step left, step right.
So and
I would keep it that way. But then once I kind of let my guard down, and I'm like, what's up, man? Tell me about what's it like in Cleveland? What's it like? What's going on? And once I started to let my guard down with these dudes, they would be like, if you're trying to get something done, that dude could probably hook you up. That dude could probably get it done for you. And once I,
man, their ability to assess someone's character is crazy.
Well, I'm sorry, inmates have 24/7 to sit and plot and watch you.
Exactly.
They know when you're sick. They know when you're not sick. They know when you make your rounds. They know which officer doesn't make their rounds.
I was going to say, they know how often people make rounds, if they actually do their rounds or if they don't. Yeah.
And I remember when I
used to know. Oh, so I used to know which cop was walking just by the sound their keys made on their hips.
Yeah. That's crazy. And yeah, I mean, in our case, like, we would have where it was, and I'm not sure if it was the same as yours, like when overtime was concerned, it was always the totem pole. So the low guy, they were all, if there was overtime, they had to. They didn't have an option to not, unless a senior guy decided to take it.
Yeah.
So it was seniority rule.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, when you're pulling a 16-hour shift, or I mean, they let you do half or whole if you want to do. If you did a whole shift, they let you do it in like a cushy area.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, but if you did like a 4-hour, they know that you just pulled off an overtime. You're working past your shift.
Yeah,
they know you're tired
care.
and you want to fucking go home.
Yeah,
exactly. They know that shit.
I guess. Were you in and out of the hole the entire time, or was it kind of like you pretty much stayed out of the hole for? No, you're in a lot.
No, I was in the hole a lot. Like, I went in and out because I was still selling drugs,
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that's why I bounced around so much, because I used to go, like, I'd get in trouble. And then, so every 6 months we have a review where you get your points back and you can go back down custody levels.
Okay.
And so I'd get in trouble, get kicked out to a main institution, be good for 6 months, and then go right back to a mental.
See, that was going to be my next question, is if whenever you got busted, if they added to your charges, or it was the point system, they would add you with more points.
Well, they would like take away custody points.
Okay.
So yeah, and your custody points determines like if you're at minimum or medium, maximum.
Okay. So it's not like an addition of points, it's like a subtraction.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So the more points you have, the less custody level you're at.
Gotcha. So they'll start you at like 100 points, and if you get caught selling, they're going to dock down 10 points or something. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, man, it's a fun story. It's.
So you said you did 8 years, or was that what you said? Like around 8 years, your last stint?
60-something months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did 5 years.
Okay. So with that finishing up, I mean, you said you were in and out of the hole the entire time. So I guess,
except for the last year and a half. The last year and a half is when I was clean.
Okay. So you ended up getting clean while you were locked up.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could say this guy's name. He was actually a CO, but that dude, he really did a lot for me to like get me to think about, doing good and what my plan was. Cause he was my boss. I was on a community work crew.
Okay. Yeah.
And we had a CO that would take us out. And I ended up working up to being lead of that crew, where I'd sit in the front of the van, and it was pretty much just me and him talking all day.
Yeah.
And that dude, I can't say enough good things about him. Like, he talked to me like I was a man,
like
I wasn't a criminal. Huh?
That's what it takes in terms of like my success in there. When I would treat guys like they were, some dude I met at the bar, those guys would, they would melt my hand. They would help me. They would make sure the block was laid the fuck down for me. I wouldn't have to be a CO. They would be the CO for me as long as I treated them.
It'd be like, yo, it's so and so. Don't give them shit. Yeah. Like they would knuckle up for you pretty much.
I would think honestly that a lot more prisoners would get a lot farther. Because it does mean a lot when a CO, someone that's in normal society treats you like a normal person. Like,
sees the good.
Hey, you're not
this
piece of shit.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
And I will
did a lot for me.
And I will say I can definitely see the benefit of that. And you would think that, and I'm not a CEO. Neither of us are CEOs anymore, and I will say the majority of the people that we're working there. Yeah, we were so like displaced from work. What we did at work from what we were supposed to, as opposed to, what we did outside. It was just like, we were coming in, doing our job and leaving. So it was so easy to just, to not do that, like what that CEO did for you. And it takes like a real genuine person, just like you said, you did that with some guys. I wasn't at that level. So, I mean, I didn't have to deal with the prison population. It was a little bit different, but yeah, I mean, it takes a lot for a person to want to help. To do more beyond what they were getting paid to do, you know what I mean? So that speaks character volumes of that person.
All the dudes that you see are just like, I would guarantee 90% of the dudes that you talk to like that aren't gonna, take it and run with it. They're gonna take it and then fuck up, you know?
Yeah.
So that's got to be hard for someone in that position,
right?
Where do you want to invest your time?
Yeah, exactly. And the fact
it's a mutual thing. It's both ways.
Yeah,
right. And the fact that CEO, even though I'm sure numerous and countless times he gave the same advice to other people and they didn't heed that advice. That's the fact that he continued to do that and try to see the good in people and try to direct them in the right path. That says tons about their character and their compassion for their fellow man.
Yeah, because he hated his job, so it wasn't because of his job.
Let me and I'll tell you,
good dudes hate that. And
I will tell you, if you're a good person, you fucking hate that job. Yeah. It's an awful job. It's not the job aspect of it itself, but it eats at you, man. It's rough.
Yeah, I could imagine. I wouldn't want to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a fucking dick, is what it does.
It's a hard job. It's a really hard job.
Hey, and I was watching an old episode, and Nick, you were talking about docking.
You did that a lot?
No, so I used to fuck with him about docking all the time because him and his workout buddy, they'd go work out at the gym at 4 a.m. every day before work, like at the gym at the prison.
Right.
And so we used to flip them shit because they were both offsite crew bosses. And so we used to fuck with them all the time about docking.
Good times.
That's good shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, again, dude, thanks for sharing this interview with us. I hope that you can continue on the path of righteousness, my friend. You're an enjoyable human. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you're not. You have an aura about you, man. You're awesome. You're fun, and you have a lot to offer as a human being. So we want to keep you here, keep you doing good shit. I know you're happier out here, and I know you're happier, clean and sober. But what advice do you give to someone that's kind of going through that lifestyle right now and just fucking up, and they're just looking for that I guess that light bulb to illuminate itself? What piece of advice would you give them?
I mean, that's kind of hard to say because it's different for everybody, But what I will tell them is nobody can decide for you. You have to make that decision within you.
Yeah.
Pretty much exactly what Pork Chop said. Exactly.
Because the sad reality, that's how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you could want your brother, sister, mom to stop doing heroin, meth, whatever, all you want. And you can beat them over the head with it and make them feel bad all you want. But in the end, they're not going to quit until they're ready to quit.
Yeah.
True. And that's the sad part.
Fucking sucks, but that's what it is.
Yeah, it's rough.
Well, man, yeah. I hope that
we're definitely glad you made it out.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed your time with us.
I loved it. You guys are fucking awesome.
Thanks, man.
Rob's drunk. I'm not.
No, I'm good.
I'm 1,000,000%. So I'm drinking from a pink and purple fucking Starbucks cup. I don't have cranberry and vodka.
My girlfriend has the same cup.
Oh, this is a big to-do. Like, my wife has the inside skivvy on the Starbucks cups. And she's
fucking like, underground trading.
Yeah, she goes
Starbucks
and gets
cup.
these things before they hit the shelf. And it's a big deal.
She's the small-time Starbucks dealer.
Yeah, it's a big fucking deal.
You need to put that $1,000 in somewhere.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right, Jake.
You got to find Taco.
All right, man. We definitely appreciate your time and appreciate your story here. It was definitely a really good time.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thanks, buddy.
Man. Go get you a fat fucking blunt and tear that pussy up.
You know it.
All right, brother. See ya.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Later.
See ya.
What a cool dude.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like he's just, man, I had a fucking fun ride.
Right.
You know, I lived it up. I'm still here.
And it's nice that he saw, he saw the light while he was, still serving his time and hasn't looked back since.
It's good that he can re-enter society and say, "Hey, I'm a better fucking person."
Right, exactly.
I'm ready to be a difference in the world.
Right.
I hope that he can use his story to help sway other people away from bad decisions.
Definitely. And I definitely do want to say also that I don't think we've really oh shit. Oh.
I don't know.
Lights are going off and on.
Yeah.
We definitely don't want to glorify drug use during this episode. But yeah, we definitely don't want to glorify drug use. That's definitely not what we're trying to do, but we're just trying to show you pretty much the light at the end of the tunnel that
the light at the end of the tunnel and the light side of all of this.
In the light side, exactly, which is typically what we do with everything we do. But just to make sure.
No fucking respect.
Yeah, if you are going through the same exact situation, just know, if you want
help
to get the help, there's definitely tons of people that have done it before you. You're not the only person that's struggling. We will put Pork Chop's info if you have it at the bottom of this info. If you want to reach out with him to get any ideas of how you can,
or
help
send him
yourself.
an email and tell him a great fucking job. You're proud of him just like we're proud of him.
Exactly. Definitely.
It'll probably mean a lot to him.
Right.
All right, guys, we're going to go back and record the beginning of the episode. Hopefully you like that part. I don't know if it's any good or not. So
I think it was really good.
All right. Well,
two different interviews within the same subject matter, and I feel like we hit all bases on both.
Good shit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Love you.